All right, I think I'm live. Hello, Zen friends. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're doing well. Many blessings to you. There I am. I'm on a little later. We did have internet connectivity issues yesterday. Thank you guys again for all your patience as we had buffering, and then the evening they actually even like cut out a couple times. Um, we're sending much gratitude towards the internet, and we're going to maintain a strong connection. We're just going to bless that because they came this morning. That's why I'm on later. The internet tech came and they checked out all our system, and ours is fine. They had like all 4 or 5 of their visits this morning is local, and it's a local issue, not a internal issue. So whatever they've upgraded it or escalated it, I think is what they said, because there's so many people impacted by slow internet. Um, so at least that's good news. It wasn't us. It's outside in the big internet server box or whatever. So they're escalating that. So hopefully we'll do fine here. I'll try to keep an eye on here in case we buffer or anything, but I feel like we're going to be good today. We're sending invited and meditated and brought all this energy in previously, so we'll stay connected. And we shut off a lot of other stuff in the house. My host did shut off stuff and while I'm live, so that should help our connectivity with streaming through our um, little thing modem box, whatever that thing is. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So thank you, and we will um, enjoy our adventure today. So thank you guys for your patience. It will be fixed very soon. We'll be lickety split speed soon. So welcome. All right. Well, let us before we get into everything, we will bring in more energy now, and we'll have gratitude. I'm going to focus on gratitude for strong, healthy internet connections for us. But what we'll do is come back to this moment. We'll take a big, deep breath to come in and out of the future, out of the past, out of the just as I was doing that, I saw we were little buffering going on there already. So yeah, sending streaming gratitude. What we'll do that. We'll do our best, and it's like we're learning live together on letting go of control of things we can't control and choosing different things. So we'll definitely um, do our best here, and we'll make sure everyone gets their messages clearly, some way, somehow. So let us begin. Let's start. Take a big deep breath in, hold it for as long as we feel comfortable, and then exhale, and then we'll bring in the singing bowl. So big deep breath in. Here we go. Beautiful. All right. And I will hit the singing bowl 3 times, and we will allow this here to have this beautiful, beautiful connection to spirit and internet. Like I said, we'll have gratitude as we're hitting the singing bowl. Having gratitude for just one thing that we're grateful for helps raise our love vibration and draws in that we're grateful for. So I do. Like I said, I hit it 3 times and just let that beautiful love energy flow down into us and fill up our minds and our hearts and our bodies and our energetic bodies, just filling us up and flowing out to the world. Right. I'm not sure how loud it'll be, so be aware of your ears and let us begin. Remember, gratitude. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. So grateful. Shh. Shh, shh, shh. She's very, very much singing today. So thank you guys again for joining me. I can always feel that extra tingles when you guys join in. Put her back on her shelf here. Let's see. So I put the let them. I'll put her away now, but I put this next to it, so I always remember when I'm putting it up there. This is an amazing book, and I've been quoting a lot from it. Just great wisdom of how humanity works, and about like adult friendships, adult relationships. Even there's things in here I just read this morning, the one about how to deal with children, an amazing awareness. Um, and it's on sale right now on hayhouse.com. I'm not affiliated with Mel Robbins or Hay House or any of that, just giving you information. 50% off. It's regularly there. It's regularly $29.99. It's on sale for $15. So if you're interested, just information, no expectations, just information. Put that book over there. So, welcome, welcome. We are doing good on the stream still, so grateful. And if you just are joining, we're a little late starting because we had the internet technician here this morning. Our internet is fine, all of our equipment. They're like, no, it's outside. It's and it's like a bunch of different people, so it's not even our wiring or anything outside. It's the big server or whatever there, so they've escalated it. So hopefully by next Thursday we'll be having like super speedy reinforces it. So welcome, all my Zen friends. Good to have you here. Thank you for all the thumbs up already. It helps spread the Zen love, and you part of the love tsunami. It's something you can do to show some love, and I'm so grateful for that. And it's free, which is even better, right? So welcome, welcome, Mike. Super Speedy Gonzalez. So if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We do have a great group of Zen friends with huge hearts and great senses of humor. Two things definitely are so helpful in dealing with human adventures in life. So welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. If you want to know how the whole process works, it's all down in the description box of the video. Basically, free readings are first come, first serve. We generally, it's 1 to 2 cards for free readings. But if you make a donation, we do prioritize those. I step outside of the free readings and dive deeper into those, getting the tea, meaning we pull more cards for to get more information. You also get a fortune cookie along with that afterwards. So some sort of oracle or little oracle decks. What else? What else? Yeah, if you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat down below or in the description box of the video. I do have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So however you want to give and whatever you want to give. I don't have any set dollar amounts because I know everyone's cost of living and money and blah, blah, blah across the world is different and varies. So whatever you give from your heart, I know you're giving what you can from your heart, and I do honor that. At the end of each session, I do post a pinned comment listing all of the order of the readings. Well, it's not really the order, but it's all the readings with timestamps. So you can always click on that and it'll take you right to your reading. I do that when the stream is done. So if put your question and you zip off, you can always come back after the stream is ended and find your reading very easily. Just click on that little timestamp and it takes you right to your reading. Sundays are unique in that whatever I don't finish in my morning session, I always will make sure to come back on in the afternoon, even though we started later. We'll make sure that we get everyone a reading today sometime. So if I get into and I have a lot of donations and I don't get to all the free readings, I will get to the free readings sometime. Although lately I've been getting to like everything, even staying a little later sometimes. So we definitely I want to honor those free readings too. Blah 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 blah. Okay, and then also, oh, that's right. Yeah, we have some winners in the house. um, I will be having 2 giveaways. I've been having a giveaway every session. So all 4 sessions we've had this weekend so far, and then today as well. I'll be having a giveaway winner of a 15-minute personal recorded reading for everyone that makes a donation. We will, put that, we'll have a drawing for that. Sorry, I was looking at myself. I have my stream up over here, and I evidently was thinking for a moment because it was like I thought it was froze, but I was just sitting still. Anyway, so I will have a drawing for, from the donations and then also a drawing from the free readings. So far, just so everyone knows, because I said we do have some winners in the house. On Thursday night, it was Patty and Premia Abadal. And then Friday night was Crescent Moon. Hey, Crescent Moon. And JoJo. JoJo's in the house too. So you guys were Friday. Saturday morning was Sudeshna Ghosh and Moonlight. I don't think they're in here, at least not yet. And then last night was Maria P. and Patricia. Hey, Patricia's in the house. Hello, hello. So congratulations, everybody. I know. I'm so happy to be able to offer those. And I've heard from several of you already. Um, but if you just check out the stream, basically, just if you just email me at my email address, which is brettazen@gmail.com. That's down in the description box of the video. Just Bretta, Brudda, and then Zen altogether at Gmail. I'll tell you uh, how the process works. Or if you're familiar with the process, you can just send me your questions and we'll get them. Um, Probably not today. But it'll be like Monday, Tuesday, and Tuesday we actually have an appointment with my, host, taking her for her 2nd post-surgery. So it's been 6 weeks since she had her spine surgery already. So it might be like Monday or Wednesday. Maybe Tuesday, we'll see how it all goes. It depends on how busy the day is, but we'll get it there. Alright. Um, and then also, so I will, after the stream is done, I'll choose those 2 winners, and then I will when I pin the comment with all the readings and timestamps, I also put it at the top of there, and today I'll probably list all of the winners, just in case, and, then I'll also post to social media the winners too, so and then and all that next week, we have a full moon in Gemini coming up on December 4th, and I'm just a giveaway fool this year, this past quarter of the year anyway. So every full moon and new moon, I'm having a giveaway of a 30-minute personal recorded reading or hedge a piece. The link I just posted, it's also in the description box of the video. So if you want to get into that drawing, you can check that out. All of my um, services are on sale until the end of the year, even through January 1st of 2026, which can you believe tomorrow is December already? Uh, so, but all my personal readings, my live readings, and my recorded readings, and my hedge of peace are all on sale through the end of the year. So you can check that out. And then also, lastly but not leastly, we put out a new episode of my podcast, The Easier Path, on Thursday. It's called Changing People. And so if you want to check out and get caught up on all of that, I love sharing my experiences because I loved learning the hard way in life. So in this podcast series, I do share my own story of something I've gone through. It's not unique. As I say, all the emotions we feel are pretty much a handful of emotions. We just have different characters, different kind of scenery that we all experience it. But at the core, we face a lot of the same stuff as humans. So I share a story of my personal experience, and then we do a human perspective on why humans do what they do, and then from a spiritual place, from the higher perspective of why things happen and why we want to experience things, and then hints from spirit on how to make it an easier path instead of a harder path if we wish. but never any judgment because I'm nowhere to judge. I loved learning that hard way over and over and over again. So you don't have to if you glean from my hard fought experiences. Um, I'm happy for you. So anyway, let's do some shout outs. Let me get my little list all going here and then we'll get into the reading. So thank you guys so much. So we've got Kikila, I think is say that gracious. Hello, my friend. And of course, we have Crescent Moon. Oh, got a little warning that my connection is unstable. All right, I think we're running again here. So thank you guys again. We got Jojo in the house. Hello, and Gene XO. Hello, hello. All right, and then let me just double check here. I thought no, I do that every time. All right, we got Ashish in the house. Ashish Balkaran, let me grab your question, add it onto the free list here. And Patricia, yes, you are a winner. Good to see you here. A general for the week. I know, right? Can't believe it's already last month of the year. Craziness. Right. And then Crescent Moon. Thank you for your dual donations. Of course, you'll be up first for the donations. Let me get that onto my little list here up here. All right. And then we do have Swaroop Bobby. Got your question here. Hello, hello. We have Minu. Hi. So we got you there. And then we do have Gene XO. I've got your reading on there. And we got User PC. Hello, hello. We got yours up there. And Eagle, we got you as well. So I think that is what we have here. We are still functioning here. Let me move over there. I am going to be using the Yuletide Tarot today because tomorrow's Christmas month. I love the Christmas energy. So we got red and we got green. That's actually green. It kind of looks aqua blue, but that's actually green over there. And so we have this too here. and then I'll talk about the fortune cookies as I do those. Yeah, you can absolutely. There's no expiration date on the winnings. Only until I expire, and then your reading will be in your dreams or through a haunting. So I might recommend doing it while you're live because you think I'm crazy now. On the other side, I have no limitations. So yeah, take your time. So we will get into there. Hey, thank you, Deb. Grab yours and we'll add you to the list here. Yeah, absolutely. I'll try to remember that. So you know you've won. So I won't keep reminding you. I keep a list of all the winners, and if I'm not sure if someone knows they've won or not, then I try to when I spot them, I try to let them know. So if I forget and hey, reminder, just know that there's no expiration and you're good. All right. So let's do a cheers, everybody. Got some good coffee here, some red velvet cupcake flavored coffee. And then, of course, my caramel macchiato, zero sugar creamer. So again, I got some liquid cake going on. I got some green tea and water too. So we're balanced, but coffee. It's a balmy 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, it just changed to 18 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a nice cold morning. I love it. All right, let's dive in, my friends. Thank you so much for being here again. So great to have you here. All right, I'm going to need to move this little thing out of the way here. Let's move it. There we go. So 2303, starting off Crescent Moon. Here is your first timestamp. Just my keyboard here. There we go. And then, of course, we'll circle back around for your second one here in just a moment. So thank you for your first donation. Little the eyeball. So happy Sunday to you. A reading on Sagittarius for today as well as every day this week. Absolutely. We'll take a look there. And then your other one, I see that one down there. All right. So we are good. We are functional. Keep an eye on my little stream over there to my left to make sure that everything's going through. All right. Here we go. So we'll tap into the Sagittarius. How's the Sagittarius doing today? All right. Thank you. What else? Anything else going on with them today? Right. And then every day next week, let's see what we got going on here. So what about Monday? And then Tuesday. Thank you. What about Wednesday? Okay, we do have Wednesday, Thursday. We got 2 here. And then they do want Friday here. All right. Overall energy of the week. Yeah, very Sagittarius. Ace of Canes, which is the Ace of Swords. Actually, I thought it was the Ace of Wands for a sec. But a lot of clarity coming in for them this week with the Ace of Swords. And we'll, of course, find out more here, but it feels like mental clarity. Maybe they're getting a new prescription of Adderall or something because it feels like they're crisp of mind and clear. That's coming in for them overall for the week. For today, big energies of the Queen of Good Cheer. So Queen of Cups energy coming in here. So a very emotional day, very in tune with their heart and feeling energy. We'll see what's below the surface here. It's like, what is causing this? What is this for? We got the Page of Candles. So that is the Page of Wands. So they've got this energy, this really with all the activities that have been happening, all this action that's kind of gone to a new kind of escalated level among all the people around them. It feels like they're really in their emotions today, feeling things almost like a lot of feeling like I'm connected to my inner child, which makes sense with the Queen of Cups too. It's the subconscious and, lower kind of energy there. And we got the Holly King, which is the Emperor energy, very much Sagittarius, King of the Fire, and Seven of Gifts, Seven of Pentacles, patience, but also an energy of I don't like what's been happening. I don't like the results of the fruit of the tree. So now I'm really contemplating change. What do I want to do differently? How do I want to do things differently? I think we got that when we were looking at the energy of the weekend, right? It seems familiar that today was going to be a reflection on what do I want to do differently in the future, especially around Christmas, because I do see this little child and the activities of I almost feel like this is like Christmas morn or Christmas Eve. They're lighting candles, especially with the King of Wands, which is an energy of you know I want to you know do what I want to do, not what everyone else thinks I'm supposed to do. What do I want to do? And then putting a plan together and then taking action as well. So I like that. All right, it's still alive, right? I had a little warning come up over here, but that looked like it was fine there. So hopefully everyone can see me. I might ask you guys, I might irritate you a little bit, saying, "Can you guys, give me a little that you see me and I'm live?" Even if you do little hearts or whatever on the screen, the little, then I know that we're real. We're really live too. All right. So I think we're fine. So we're going to go forward here. Yay. Thank you, Deb Deb. So Monday, what are we looking at here? 6 of Candles, 6 of Wands coming in here. No, the internet problem has not been fixed yet. But so uh, which I won't talk about that right now, but we got the 6 of candles. So there is this energy here. Yeah. Yeah, this is, mainly thinking about what they wanna do around the holiday. I think today spin. Okay. I think it's I think it's going good now. Maybe. Okay, there we go. I have to watch myself because it's delayed. I'm like, "Okay, I think we're still going." So, the changes around the holidays, what extent I want to interact with family that it doesn't have the energy. It's kind of almost like I don't wanna be around all this energy that's just, "Ugh." I wanna, take things to a different level. But it feels like what's existing in their life now, more of a focus, not about like future relationships, this, that. It's whatever's been going on in their life about what they're ready to, do less with and do that. So hopefully that. Yeah. Yeah. Case in point, Livier, right? No, it's not fixed yet. We did just a server or something. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's been doing this a little bit. So I'll try to stay focused so we can get through readings. It's like, "Hurry up, come on." Um, so that's what we're looking at their crescent moon. It's more what they have in their life, what they're wanting to change. The other stuff will come too, I feel like this week, but the 6 of candles, the 6 of wands for Monday feels like a more of a flowing energy. I feel like they're kinda just it feels like, I'm just going through the regular stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm just catching up on stuff, just going with the flow of the day. Um, I just feel they're kind of tired and they're just like, all right, I'm just going to do what I need to do today, kind of energy on Monday. Tuesday, we got the 3 of gifts, the 3 of pentacles, something to do with friends and a get together on Tuesday. I feel like it's work, 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 but then there's also this kind of being true to one's authentic self energy and creativity. And so I feel like what is this kind of energy of I want to try to build something new with the friends that know me for my true authentic self. So it doesn't feel like a big group outing, but it feels like they go do something with like their 2 best buds that they feel are the most authentic, um, and the most true friends, and I feel like that they're doing that, there on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got the 2 of candles. The kind of this is a back and forth kind of day with the 2 of wands. I feel like because there's one candle that's bright and one candle that's kinda dim, I feel like they go up and down and up and down and up and down, on Wednesday, and it just feels like it's not so much kind of, triggered by outside things as much as it is that I'm trying to stay positive and then I get tired and I try to be positive and then I kind of just so it's that boom, boom kind of day where they're trying. It's almost like if you ever seen someone like the first planes they're trying to fly and it's going along the ground and it's like whoop, it's almost a whoop, it's almost oh, I'm almost flying, oh, I'm almost flying, then brrr, but it's kind of that kind of a bumpy Wednesday, like they're trying to get off the ground to fly and I don't feel like they have success. They're like by the end of the day, like I tried. I feel very like and the week kind of goes that way. Like they can't kind of feel kind of low today, just a lot of reflection, Monday feels like they're kinda trying to go up, and then but kind of exhausted still, but Tuesday feels like up, and then Wednesday kind of feels like down. Let's see what Thursday brings here, because we got the 9 of candles, which is the 9 of wands, and the 7 of candles, the 7 of wands. So this, I wanna be seen, I'm gonna be true to my authentic self, um, and I'm gonna bust through some barriers. So Thursday, a lot of fire energy. So that is that kind of that up kind of energy that, is, there. What does that got to do with though here? I feel like it does feel very work oriented. They might even have like a big presentation on Thursday because it's the standing in front of people kind of energy. Um, but it does feel like a breakthrough. It's funny how they have breakthrough here of these candles busting through the bag, things dropping out, things that contain them before changing there. So it just feels like a almost like a recovery week, if that makes sense. It's just like I'm trying my best, but I feel like all my energy kinda got wiped out over the weekend, my emotional energy especially. So I'm just kind of like trying to get back flying again. And then Friday, we have the 4 of good cheer, the 4 of cups. So we do end up with this emotional stability by the end of the week, but it kind of just feels kind of 4 of cups can be boredom or stagnant energy. Like, okay, it's not up, it's not down, but it's fine. And I feel like that's good for them after the week that they've kind of had, just trying to figure things out and bringing in a lot of clarity. But I do feel like they're doing a lot of thinking about what I wanna do for the holidays and what does all this mean, because it feels like a lot of drama from Thanksgiving and all that has really brought them to this, "Why am I doing all this for all these people that, aren't they don't feel the same way about me? I'm the one always giving 90% into these relationships and interactions, and they don't give anything back, or 10%, right? And so they're like thinking about whether they want to back off all the way, like half 50%, or all the way, you know? So a lot of reflection energy coming in here, right? And then for your first donation, we get the Fairy Wisdom Oracle, and then any additional ones, donations, then we get the little elemental energies is what we're using today. Continue. We've used them all weekend. All right. The fortune cookie says, yeah, home sweet home in their shell, hanging out in their shell. That kind of feels like that energy of the week. I'm just kind of hanging out here, doing what I need to do. Like the friends we this get together was already planned with their two besties on Tuesday. But other than that, they're like, I'm just gonna I'm in recovery inside my shell at the entrance of the shell, right? And it's funny because card 64, 6 and 4, of course, is 10. That's endings and beginnings energy. It's actually the last card, I think. Yep, it's the last card in this deck, uh, card number 64, which is the return. So there are 3 levels to this card. Number 1 is this card's about returning to your roots. This may involve a trip to your childhood home or to a relative's. It involves thinking about old memories from the past and perhaps releasing those that are not so good. Age and life bring more understanding to events that happened in the past. The lessons are now easier to understand and to absorb. So there's that recovery, right? Number 1. The second, this card also refers to the home where you now live. If you're not comfortable where you're living, then start looking around for a new home or start to do things to your abode to make it more comfortable. It may be time to do a little repair or decorating, freshen things up a bit. So they're looking at home and what makes me comfortable, not what makes everyone else comfortable. And then 3, for those who are ready to hear it, this card's about awareness. Awareness in this sense is about reaching that point in your spirituality when you suddenly feel your connection to the one source. And this is when you truly understand that you're connected to spirit and always have been and always will be. It's the knowing that you are part of something much greater than just your physical being here on earth. It is a knowing that goes to the core of your being. You have an integral role in all of existence. Once you begin to understand your own divinity, you begin to be kinder and to live life fuller and be grateful for all that comes into your life. This card says that we all go home when our voyage on earth is finished. This is not a card about death and makes no predictions of such. It simply asks you to recognize your divine self. With this recognition comes a peace unlike any you have ever known. It's as if you've been absorbed into the glowing white energy of creation. Although we all go back to the source when we leave our physical body, we do not lose our individuality. So do not fear this happening. Be in peace. Be comforted in the knowledge that you always have a home awaiting you. I like that. I feel like the 3rd one, they're not as deep into that one as the first 2, but I feel like there is an inkling of them realizing there's more to life than just this. The chant for this says, "I am. I have always been. I always will be." And so it is. And it says, "Tap your heels together 3 times today. Time to go home to Kansas." So I like that. So that is your fortune cookie for that one, and then we'll move into your second one here. Let me just some shout outs. We had some other individuals come in, I think. All right, let me see here. All right, so we have Ateshi Singh came in. So Ateshi, hello, hello. I'll grab you onto the list here, and Brenda Globy. Hello, Brenda. And also, Olivier, said hello to you, but here is your question. We'll get that added onto the free list too. All right. So I think we're still going good. Yep. Yay. I've been checking. But all right, we'll continue here. So Crescent Moon, thank you for your additional donation. Let me just clear that up here. And there we go. So here is your 2 timestamps. And for your second donation, your question's down here. So reading on Saginu, the middle and end of December, an energy check on when their communication comes in. Right. I can't believe December. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. I think we're back. Which is all right. I was like, I see it spinning. But I go, that doesn't have to keep me from pulling cards. And then here's about the communication. So can everyone see me? Everyone can hear me okay? Are we back? Are we back? I'm like, here we go. Zoop zoop. You spin me right round, baby, right round. The little buffering symbol there. So I do. Yeah, we should be live here. Okay, we are good. All right, let's take a sip here. Cheers. Thank you guys for your patience again. I'm gonna say it a ton of times here, but thank you. I am so grateful. It would drive me crazy watching, oh, it's buffering again, it's buffering again. We'll get through today and then praise be to the gods. Hopefully they'll get it all squared away here in the next couple of days. All right. So the first card that just came flying out on its own here, just about your relationship altogether, you do have the 3 of Candles, which the 3 of Candles is kind of like maybe the poster child card for them, anyway, which is that energy of, uh, changing of course, which I feel like they're always, there's like they're running on 3 tracks all the time, which is what happens with ADHD. It's like, I'm going here, now I'm going here, now I'm going here, now I'm going here, now I'm going here, no, I'm going here, no, this is the way I'm going, and it's like getting used to that. um It's just like you just have to know this is how they're not gonna suddenly be healed from it and be even on medications, people with extreme ADHD, which I feel they do have extreme ADHD. Uh, it's just how their brain works, and they can't make it do something different, you know, telling them, like, "Write it all down, make a list." It's like, I do, but then I forget to look at the list, and I'm like, "Yeah, good point. Put an alarm on your phone to look at your list." I do, but then when the alarm goes off, I get distracted, I forget the alarm goes off, and then I can't go look at the list. And it's like, that's the way it goes, that happens, right? Yeah, I love that, Deb. Yeah. So, hopefully that makes sense there. But it feels like being aware of that going in when you're talking about the relationship between the 2 is that it's never going to be like a solid route. It's always gonna be, flexibility is gonna have to be a part of your, yeah, and patience, right? Definitely be part of your interactions. Alright, so let's look at the between the 2 of you, the middle of December. You got the 5 of gifts, yeah, the 5 of pentacles, which is that, facing these feelings of lack, being the fear being left behind, not having enough, not being enough, kind of energy that's coming in here. We'll see what's below the deck. I mean, below those cards here on why is that energy there? Is it from both sides? What is this? We've got the Queen of Gifts, the Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of Mother Nature, Mother Nurture coming in here, as well. So, there is that. It is birthing, it is harvest kind of energy, but I feel like it's a big piece of the nurturing oneself, right? It definitely makes the world fun. Yeah, you have to, like, really come to peace with that. Especially, it's great because we have some great conversations. Um, because I'm like, it's probably as frustrating for my host, and we talked about this. I go, it's probably as frustrating for you as it is for me, when I am not a spur of the moment kind of person. Like, in real time, if you ask me, hey, can we go do this right now? You're going to get a energy of, "Oh, what? Oh, wait a minute, this wasn't planned out. This wasn't this. I guess we can." It's not gonna be excuse me, "Yeah, let's go," kind of energy normally, because my Capricorn rising wants, you know, structure, and I have a stellium in the 2nd house of Taurus. It's in Pisces, but the 2nd house is ruled by Taurus, which wants groundedness. And so I don't like, my friends who know me know not to just go, "Hey, you wanna go out and do something today?" It's like, "Hey, tomorrow or next week, would you like to do this?" I'm like, "Yeah." Um, but Sagittarius, and the energy, and I believe that, like, she has, Aquarius rising and excuse me, I got a little bit of a in there, and, like, a Gemini moon. So all of those are fun, go, spur of the moment energies. So very much that, and very, so it's like, understanding that with someone is so important because when I'm like, I know it's me needing structure is frustrating for them, me, or them wanting to do spur of the moment, not planning like I like to plan is challenging for me. I wouldn't say frustrating. It's just It's where our growth is happening, right? And it's like, I don't want you to not be spontaneous and go, "Hey, can we go do this?" Just know if you do it in real time, you're gonna get that up front. It's gonna take me a moment to process to go, "Yeah, let's go do that. Yes, we can go do that." That's why, I live in the basement, and so if she texts me, "Hey, can we do this today?" She doesn't get to feel. All right. Let's see here. I think I'm back. Hello, hello, hello. Can everyone see me? I have returned. Okay, good. I noticed and I stopped. I was like, huh, huh. And it was spinning and spinning and spinning. So I know timestamps are not going to be accurate, probably this session either. But so just to summarize, I think I stopped in time. We were talking about the middle of December does feel this, yeah, the mountains and the cold. Yeah, it could be the cold, you never know. Um, they've got energy, uh, I don't know the cold, I forgot I was gonna say here, but so you missed the entire did the second reading not appear at all? Or do you just miss the second reading up to this point? But, so it does feel here with this 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Candles, the 7 of Good Cheer, all those 5s and 7s in the middle, it does seem to be, um, the entire second reading buffered. So you'd even get to hear yeah, you commented on the 3 of Wands and the different energies, so we were talking about that, right? So you had commented on that, so we knew that at least that got there, right? Because we were talking about how that they're on those okay, on the 3 things and having to deal with all that. Okay, good. So at least that was there because I know that was quite a bit. Well, the first card for the middle of December was the 5 of Pentacles, which has to do with an energy of feelings of lack, feelings of being left behind, not being supported, not having things that we think we should have kind of energy. And then we had the Queen of Pentacles, which this Queen of Pentacles energy is an energy of kind of mother nature, mother nurture, nurturing oneself and being to oneself, learning a lot through this, which whenever we get fives and then you got two sevens, the 7 of wands, the 7 of candles, and the 7 of cups, meaning there's a lot of different emotions and a need to be true to oneself, not dimming one's light, but shining bright. And that's kind of builds into that little bit of me not expecting them to be different than they are, but me not also feeling like I have to be different. But it's that, with these 5 and 2 sevens, odd numbers are conflicting numbers. It does bring us to this um, place of reflection of where's my conflict, right? And same thing with the 7 of candles. Where's my energy? Where do I feel there's blocks in feeling like I can't be myself? Where do I feel like I need to dim my light or ask permission to shine? But this is like, no, I'm it's okay not to, because it's working things out here, right? You don't have to be the one adapting everything. Um, and it's about working it out. Like I was talking about with a conversation with my host, it's like, I don't want you to dim, and be like, be spontaneous, do whatever, just have it's information, no expectations of change, just information. This is where I'm coming from, and I don't expect you to, plan and da 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 da, but just be aware when you get the responses or reactions that I'm growing through, that it's not personal. It's just this is what's going on in here. You don't need to change. And then I'm not going to just, throw all of my organizational needs out the door either. This is what I prefer. And when it doesn't happen, that's me to deal with, right? So I feel like that's an important thing going in there. So all right, we're still going good. I look down and go, "All right, we're okay, that part of the reading, we're done. That's good. Okay, now let's move into the end of December." Thank you guys for your patience. I know, internet, we're so grateful that I'm able to we don't have to all drive and meet in person, that we can all be sitting in our comfy homes, getting together and hearing from spirit. So I'm grateful for that. And, and thank you for your comment earlier, like, it's worth even with all the buffering, we're just glad to be together, right? So, I like that. Alright, so end of December. We've got the Justice card, so some nice balancing energy that's coming out, and that is, Libra energy, which rules over the house of relationship. Let's see what else is here. We got the 4 of Gifts, the 4 of Pentacles, which is an energy of stability. Let's see here. We got the Page of Canes, which is the Page of Swords, which is heightened communication and balanced energy that comes out here. Let's see below there. We got 3 cards below the surface too. But this energy does feel like, all right, things feel a little more not whoa, 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 whoa in their life as well as in yours. And so it's funny, when I was reading, I read a chapter, one of the last chapters from the Let Them Theory book, and they were talking about what's the weather that we bring in to things, right? If I'm always a storm, then it can make it difficult for things to progress, and unless it's like if it's snowing, I love snow. So if someone's bringing the weather of snow, things could be fine. But it's the other. It's like if it's a thunderstorm with hail, and lightning, and tornadoes and a hurricane, it's going to make it more difficult, right? So it's being aware of the weather we're bringing in, but it feels like the weather that has been happening in your life and happening in their life. I feel like you're more of a stable weather, like you know, it's like Hawaii where my dad lives. It's like it's 75 degrees from like I'd say like February all the way through to September, October, and then you get into October, November, December, which is their winter, and it drops to 73. It's like it's not big fluctuations where Sag, their energy with your Sag is let's like Colorado Springs weather. We can have 75 degrees and sunshiny in the morning, and by the afternoon it hits, there's a thunderstorm with lightning and hail, and then it starts to snow while it's thundering, and it drops into freezing, and then it all clears away in the evening. It's 60 degrees. It's like you can have all of the seasons in one day, and that's kind of, you just have to I love it here, and I'm okay with that, you know? But if someone wants consistent weather, it's like, well, that's not the place to be, right? So it's understanding the weather that comes with, and that there seems to be a balancing energy that comes in temporarily towards the end of December. That's funny. You also have the 4 of Canes, yeah, so we have the 4 of Wands, swords. So we got that stabilized energy with the 4s. We've got the King of Canes, King of Swords, a lot of enhanced communication, and the Queen of Canes. Yeah, so all this canes. So you guys are able to connect here with the Queen and the King of Canes that is here. Swords is communication, but a lot of thinking and mindset kind of energy that's coming in here. they can the thing about the King of Swords, they rule over swords, they get a second portion of swords, so it's, you know, thinking. Queen of Swords rules over swords of thinking, but behind the scenes has cups. So very balanced energy between head and heart, but in their head, but you guys can meet, you know, 2 part swords, 1 part sword, 1 part cup. At least you can meet together in communication that, you know, comes in there. So, and we'll see here about the communication. With all of this, it feels like there is, um, like the big communication comes toward the end of December, not so much the middle. The middle kind of feels like eh, partial communication, not like full blown in, where the end feels like you're really having conversations and connection. We asked specific cards around the connection and what that looks like here, which we have the Eight of Gifts, the Eight of Pentacles, putting in the work does get the reward, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. So here comes the wheels are turning, bringing in the energy. Let me give me some space here. So it does feel like here comes the reward, and yeah, the eight of canes, eight of swords, which um when we're looking at the eight of swords is like letting go of old mindsets, you know, thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that don't serve us anymore, that made us feel like limited and small and you know, that kind of thing. But there's also this flow energy that comes with that. All these eights and tens that you're getting here are is about flow. So I like that. And then the star card, more Aquarius, mental air energy coming in, but also it's dream come true energy and balancing energy too. And and with it being a giant Christmas tree, it feels like more around the holidays is that, and I feel like the flow of communication is talking about like is the dream? What's my dream? What am I wanting? Kind of energy is what they're communicating. And it feels more flowy with all of this about what I'm letting go of. And I think we talked about before, they talk a lot about what they've worked on with this Eight of Pentacles and what I'm doing going forward and what I've been working on, kind of stuff too. But it feels very the end of December and the communication that comes in there. So, um, yeah, I don't feel like there's anything else. Let's grab your fortune cookie, see what else they have around that. But it is more of sharing the dreams of um, what I would like to do in my life. And I don't feel like it's a, and I want you to be part of that dream. I feel like they're kind of, this is them slowly moving in and sharing it to see what you think about it and see if that's something, is there deal breakers in here kind of energy. Like this, bleh, you know, oh, here's all the stuff. Anything in that scaring you? And you're like, nothing scares me. You're like, I could get through anything, trust me. But is it matching up with what you're wanting, right? You actually got 2 cards. You got Lunar Luminescence. We got Butterfly Transformation Energy here, which says, "Bask in the lunar luminescence, absorbing the intuitive and reflective energies of the moon." So that does feel kind of like mid-December energy. And then, oh, yeah, and then the Rays of Radiance being the last part of December. Bask in the radiant energy of the sun, absorbing its warmth and illumination into your soul. Sun energy, and it's funny, you got moon energy and then sun energy. So reflective, kind of darker energy in the middle. You know, it feels dark, but you still have this giant moon shining and reflecting. And then the end of the month is more of the sun kind of energy coming in. So That is what they have. Thanks for your patience. I see there's no, spinning, circle on my so hopefully all that came through clear. All right. Thank you again for all your patience and your spin, 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 spin. Oh, I think I'm back. Oops, busted. I gotta be careful what I'm doing while it's spinning. You guys come back. Oh, whoops. Busted. So glad you got it all, Crescent Moon. Whoosh. All right. Okay. So I think we are good to go forward here. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. So Deb, you are up, and I know these timestamps are probably not even accurate. Um, all right. Let me make sure here. Am I still live? All right, I think I am. Hey, Lucky, you're welcome. All right, I think we are live. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Flow, flow, flow. So, Deb, thank you so much. I did give your donation a love and a like there. So, thank you so much for your donation. And you like energy for Tuesday and Wednesday surgery, both days. Yeah, feeling pretty positive, mind on positive. Final results, not the recovery time. Helps. Let me see here. So I'm feeling pretty positive, mind on positive, final result, not the recovery time. Oh, okay, I get you. So you were telling me how you're feeling. For some reason, it wasn't registering, but now I get it. So, yeah, on a positive final result, and yeah, just on enjoying the moments as we're going, right? Because when we're focused so much, on the future, like the result, the result, the result, really, the reason why we have what's happening in our lives is each moment along the way, right? Um, so that we don't need to go through if rush to get to like the end result, we miss the lessons and then we just circle back around to till we take the time to learn and grow through whatever we're experiencing, right? That's a big one there. Yay. Okay. So let's take a look here. So Tuesdays, surgery. What does Spirit want you to know about Tuesday? Okay, got to these. Got to this one. And to these two. All right. With that one. All right. Let me just scooch these over. And then for Wednesday, yeah, new beginnings, right? 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. I feel like Wednesday goes like this. Yeah. Like I said, you can wear like a veil and be mysterious. Wear a tiara and a veil. People think you're a princess, right? So we'll see what then here. I feel like this is that period. Okay, let's take a look here. So you got the high priestess, but here you can always wear a skull. Yeah, like a facelift. So here's the Marilude. It's someone wearing a skull on their head. You can just wear a skull. Ah. But there is high priestess energy here. So that's a wonderful reflective energy. I probably would be wearing a mask. But there's this, beautiful reflective time. It's like it's good, the high priestess goes up into her high priestess temple, away from everyone else, but that's where they connect with spirit and do a lot of reflection energy. So it's a beautiful opportunity to connect with spirit in a deep way. They're reminding me when I had my tooth pulled. I never had a tooth extracted, except for my wisdom teeth, and they put me under for that because they took all 4 out at the same time. But this last year, they, I had a crown that came out, and they were like, "You know, the tooth, really? We can either take it out or we can try a crown, but I can't guarantee it's gonna stay in because of how deep it was," and long story. And I'm like, "Let's get it out." So when they were trying to get it out, the dentist who was in training, wasn't able to get it out, so he got his supervisor, and they couldn't get it out. They got another person, they couldn't get it out, so they called the 4th dentist, who's the master in the office. I looked down and I saw it spinning. Great, you'll be spending the month at home, probably not going out or having visitors besides family, good time for meditation. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not sure how much of the story, because I got all into the story, I wasn't paying attention, but the short version of it all was while they were I was at the dentist and they were doing all that pulling. I know that with all these people, it took 4 dentists to get it out. But in that whole place that I could have been freaking out, I was thanking gratitude for having the services available and having this, because 3 people couldn't get it when it went to the 4th one. If it wasn't them, what are we gonna do, Dynamite and blow it out? I don't know, but, um, it was you know, an ethereal not ethereal, kinda almost out of body experience where it was observing it all and seeing it differently. But that's what I feel like this experience will be in the surgeries is just, that are we back? Yeah. Things are available. I know I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start cussing in a minute." And then I'll get banned from YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. But, it is a lot of this, just gratitude for all the stuff as much as we can. It's gonna be, challenging, I know, but it's like the more that we can focus on, let me put reminders to come back to just helps. It helps to be less freaking out. Yeah, I think we're back. A less freaking out experience for me. And so gratitude again. Gratitude for clear internet connections, maybe. All right, let's get into your reading. Maybe that spirit going, all right, let's move it along, Bretta. All right. So for Tuesday's surgery, you do have the 9 of candles and the Queen of Cups. So the 9 of wands and the Queen of Cups, which this is an interesting energy because the 9 of wands is about barriers and forest fields, and breakthroughs, perseverance. And with the Queen of Cups, that's that high priestess energy sitting in that wonderful connection to the heart, energy. Um, Underneath that, you do have the 6 of canes, the 6 of swords, which is an energy of leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking, moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. So I do like that, energy because it's a very flow energy that's coming in there. You also have the 6 of candles, 6 of wands, more flow of energy, of victory energy. And I feel like that 6 of, swords is about removal of things, right? So it goes very well, and the 3 of pentacles, another creativity, being true to your authentic self, and abundance energy, that comes in here. So it feels very good, it feels very flowy, it feels very successful, um, energies that are all coming in there, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I like this victory energy that comes in here. And then Wednesday for the second surgery, you do have balance, you have temperance, balance energy. We like that. With next to it, we've got the child, the full card, which follows this is an adventure of a new beginning. It's the beginning. I like that temperance. Then begins the slow journey of possibilities and it is Aquarius energy, I believe, the full card. It's all about a new way of looking at things and going forward, but it's the slow progress that reaches to the gold, right? With the temperance, it's takes a little bit of time. Trust the timing. It brings you this new beginning, a fresh, um, a fresh perspective with all this too. Yep, transformation with the hanged man. This is Pisces energy. So, with each of the days, you got all this energy about seeing things, excuse me, from a different perspective. And from spiritual, perspectives and getting out of our head. Like that's the big surgery day. No, it's just a surgery day. When we, look at the adjectives that we're using can help us, because sometimes if I'm like, "Oh, that's gonna be the big challenging day," then, it's like, "Well, is it? Does it need to be? No, it's just gonna be another day. It's gonna be another beautiful day." And it's like, "Well, it's a big procedure." It's like, that's a belief, right? Yeah. Yeah. So there's that already anticipation, like, "Okay, this is gonna be the big one," and it's like, "Is it? Does it need to be? It doesn't have to be if I don't want it to be. It can just be another day instead of a big day, because that's an energy of, "This is gonna be a harder day than this day," and it's like, "No, it doesn't have to be if I don't want it to be," right? So I feel like that's important, this seeing things from a different perspective energy. Let's see what the other 3 cards are for that day. Yeah, the 7 of good cheer, 7 of cups. A lot of different, emotions, and feel the emotions you wanna feel. There's no right or wrong, just awareness around things, right? And you got the Chariot, yeah. The power of choice, another 7 card coming in here. So it's the power of emotional choice. What's the story that I wanna put to something? What's the emotion I wanna feel, the energy I wanna put forward? My physical choices, I get to choose that, right? And so I like that, and I feel like it's a great day of fluctuation, right? You might start off, and then you might be like, "No, no, 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 no," and then, and then, just like every human, and it's okay, be okay with that. And you have the King of Good Cheer, King of Cups, which is they balance, emotions, and with a higher mind, right? So the emotions that we would feel as a human can be balanced with seeing things again from this higher perspective. But so allow yourself fluctuation and how you feel. But I like all this. It's there's nothing here that's concerning. And of course, disclaimer: I'm not a medical professional. Didn't do that, but I know you know that. But um, it's good to know the awareness around the choices that we can make, right? Yeah. It can. It can if we allow it, right? More so the words of our inner doctor can can affect our perspective even more so. Like we talk about, I always I joke with my host because they'll be like, "I think I can take this off earlier," and I'm like, I appreciate your perspective, doc, but you might wanna get a second opinion from your other doctor first, you know, or whatever." He said, "Oh, good point. I'll check with them." And she goes, "Oh, I'm glad I did, because it said, 'Do not take that off until a Friday.'" And I'm like, "Oh, good. I'm glad you checked," you know? But it's that inner doctor that has its own diagnosis, prognosis, and whatever that impacts us, right? The external doctor can influence our inner doctor, but that inner doctor's the one, right? That's funny. Um, and then also, excuse me, um, got 4 cards. I feel like this is for the days forthcoming. You've got the Holly King, the Emperor. So this is going forward. It's all about, this is that um, I am the ruler of my life. I decide what, it kind of like that chariot, but it's going forward. It's I get to decide what my recovery time is and what I'm doing with my life, and all of that other stuff is perspective, and that, but I get to move. I get to, choose, and I'm the one in charge, no one else. And I like that. Yeah, exactly. You can own and then become your diagnosis. And it's so true, and it is, when we realize, one of the things I've realized so much with when I was living up in northern Idaho around my mom's health, and then when I moved to southern Utah, and I was with my friend who had some, um, medical stuff that hit her, and then with my, host here, with as much as we've been in ER and different things, everything. She's been on this huge journey these last 4 years. I realized hospitals really don't know what they're doing. They don't understand. They are just more trying to rule out things. They don't have like a user manual that goes, "Oh, for you, this is how it works." They're like, "Well, it's not this, it's not that, it's not this. Usually it's this with a lot of humans, but it's not that with you." Yeah, and once you realize that, you can choose to be free. When you realize, you know, um, they have their opinion of, this is what we think it is, and it's like my dad even, um, a couple months ago, he called me and said, "Hey, a doctor thinks I might have leukemia." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay, well, I'll see what we can do to, you know, come visit fast, right?" Um, and they found out it was just an infection in their something, and it was like, "Nope, it wasn't. Sorry." And it's like, "What?" You don't tell someone, "We think it's this," and you're just like, "Whoa," and then they're like, "Oh, you know what? It's not." Well, grateful it wasn't, but you just discover it's opinion, 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 and it doesn't mean it's could be that, but it not also always is, right? So it's very interesting. To your granddaughter. So, the more you do it, the more you realize it's just an opinion. That's why they say get a second opinion, because or sometimes people blow it off and go, "Oh, it's nothing." And then you go somewhere and they're like, let's double check this." And they're like, "I'm glad you came to us," because they find out it is something that, like in your case, that can be caught and changed before it ends our lives or anything, right? So I like that. All right. What else here? You do have the Seven of Canes. And go of mindsets that do cheat us out of opportunities, that deceive us, right? So it's discovery of these thoughts. No, this isn't true kind of energies, right? So I like that during this time you're learning to let go of some things that come up. You're like, "Oh, I didn't even realize you were bouncing around down there. I can let that go." And you have the Three of Cups. Yeah. So you will be surrounded by supporters. You have all of these, um, of course, invisible beings of unconditional love and light that are there, but also you have support of, your close ones. Yeah, sorry, Seven of Canes is Seven of Swords. um, think of candy canes as things you put on a tree up in the air. That's how I remember air sign. 'Cause I keep on with Seven of Canes, I keep on thinking seven of candle. No, Seven of Candles is wands. Canes is thinking. And then you have Ace of Good Cheer. So in the end, Ace of Cups really find a lot. It's like you're adding more to your self love. through this process. You're really letting go of these beliefs. And like you said, even that thoughts of Frankenstein, that you're like, you know what? I'm not defining myself by um, external things, and the things that we define our worth by the external things. When when it gets rattled and we realize it, that's when we get to release it, right? So I really like that. All right. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in too around the surgeries. But I like that. That in the end, there's joy and self love. Joy and self love. All right. Let's see. What do the fairies want to bring you here? All right. Here we go. And you've got the magic fish. Pisces energy? I don't know. Fishies? So card 47. Let's see what we got here. Which 47? 7 and 4 is 11. We go back to that 11111 again. Oops, I was trying to look up number 11. Silly, silly boy. All right. Come on, fingers. There we go. This is intention. Wow. Wonder what this is going to be about. So these fish may be magic, but you are the magician. It is through your intention and attention magic happens. Consider what it is that you wish to manifest. Use your logic to decide if it is a responsible request. Focus your attention on your aim and follow through with the work that you need to do in order to bring about your desires. It is through your focus, clear intention, and action that you manifest your needs and desires. You will get nowhere just wishing and hoping. There must be logical action in order to bring the changes you desire. So, if you wish for a certain career, you must go out and get the training. If you wish for a special someone in your life, you must prepare yourself so that when the person comes along, you're ready for a relationship. You must do the work. Part of the work is in knowing what it is you wish to do. Be clear on this point. Visualize yourself daily in the situation that you desire to be in. Ask for help from the elementals and spirit in bringing this about. Ask them to help guide you to the perfect information or to put you in touch with the right people. That's what you did to get to the surgery, right? Ask them to organize situations, timings, and outcomes for your highest good. But do not neglect your part in the plan. Do your work. All the power you will ever need is here for your use. And remember that you are connected to divine consciousness and that this power is at your fingertips. Just direct it through visualization, action, and prayer. Trust and believe. Wow. The chat says, "Oh, divine magician, from whence the stream of creative energy is directed, with a loving heart, I ask your presence in all that I choose to manifest here on earth. As I tap the flowing energy of creation, supply me with the guidance I need to make right choices. In so doing, I create what I desire and what is of my highest good. So be it." And then the little fishies, actually, there was a little fairy on top of the fishies up here, and they say, "Create magic today." Create your magic today. And all that is about intention, right? If I'm focusing on what I'm grateful for, joy, laughter, celebration, peace, then I grow that with my magic. When I focus on my fears and beliefs around things, then that also grows that, right? So, and you recognize it. I mean, before we all kind of grow up in this energy of like dark, right? the fears, the loudness, the noise. We're used to that, and moments of silence are odd. As we move in and we're connecting more to spirit, more of our time is in silence and quietness and peace. And when we have the loudness, it's very loud, and we can recognize that fast, right? So as soon as you hear the loudness start to come up, you can be like, don't judge yourself and beat yourself up about it, right? We all are going to have that. The world is noisy. Noise is going to happen. But when we recognize it, we can breathe like you're breathing, and then you can question, what's the fear, and let me focus on my gratitude and change my energy if I want, right? Yeah, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So, I have it in my calendar, as well, to send you energy on those days, so feel the extra love coming from all of us to you, during the surgeries. You are loved and you are supported. So, thank you for your donation, my friend, and, much love to you. Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. Loudness. It just jumps up here. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Cheers to you. Gluck, gluck, gluck. All righty. So let's take a look here. Hey, just Alice. Hee hee. Thank you so much for your donation. Good to see you. I don't think anyone else came in here. Oh, Maria P. Hello, Maria. Get you onto the free list over here. And I got your email for being a winner. Congratulations. So I got that. So we will look at that. And then also got your donation. Let me check timestamps here. So yeah, yours came in right after just Alice. So I'll add you on to the donation list here as well. All right. And then what is this? Oh, this is spam. Get rid of that. All right. All right. So we will jump in here. Thank you guys again for all your patience. We've been having some um, little patient forming buffering of the internet the last couple days. They discovered it's not local in this house. It's a lot of people are having it, and so it's from the big internet box somewhere. So they've escalated it because there's so many people. The tech that came this morning, they said that like 4 out of 5 of the problems were not in the house. It was so they've escalated it because a lot of people are having issues. But it is, I mean, it's like 19 degrees outside right now. So maybe the mice are in the box because they're cold. They're trying to warm up by the wires. I don't know. But thanks for your patience. All right, let's jump back in here. So JoJo, and these timestamps are probably nowhere close with all the buffering. So at least you guys can see the order that we completed it ish. So thank you, JoJo, for your donation and the rainbow. I'm grateful for that. And so you went to the cat thing today, the cat petting zoo. There were 43 kitties. Oh, and almost as many people. Wow. You connected with a cat. She was named Lilith. What are the chances of that? Because you have that special connection with Lilith, right? And though your energy was a bit all over the place there, you hope that Lilith enjoyed connecting with you. And he said there were so many people you feel like it helped you return to yourself a little bit. Or was it Lilith the cat? She was amazing. All right, very good. So, yeah, you were like, "What's her name?" And they're like, "Lilith," and she had one ear. So, did you want to know the energy of Lilith? Let me see here. She was amazing. One ear to hear. I'm really close to this microphone. Hopefully, that wasn't too loud to you guys. Yeah. How did we affect each other? All right, very good. Let's take a look here. See what we got going on here. All right. So, how did you guys impact one another? So, let's see here. How did she impact you? Saying that. Well, let's take a look here. So, how did she impact you, right? Oh, no. There we go. Yeah, it shows it live again here. I'm back. So, with a you got the 6 of wands energy. I'm not sure how much was cut out there, but, with the 6 of wands, it's an energy like that you guys were equal, even though it's like, "Were we equal? Are you sure it was equal, or are you just being nice?" Right? But we'll take a look here. I hadn't jumped in yet, so that's good. So, this was how did they impact you? We got the 3 of canes, 3 of swords energy, and the page of gifts, the page of pentacles. That's an interesting energy because with those 2 coming out together, the 3 of swords is like the feelings of disappointment, the feelings of heartbreak kind of energy, and the page of pentacles is about seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. I feel like in a way they helped heal some of your heart and helped you see yourself differently, especially with her name being Lilith, because it's like, that we have a special connection. And I even came through in the form of a cat for you in this, because you guys have a strong connection in spirit, right? Spirit guides and different things like that too. So, we've got that I showed up here, in the special place, right? And a one-eared Lilith. You also have the Holly King, Aries energy, um, empowerment energy, and then I also feel there was this it's like they added fuel to your fire, just because they're holding this torch with the wands. I feel like they added to your energy. They, like, gave you a gift of energy. And you even said, like, didn't you say something about helped you step in remembering who you really are, coming back to yourself? That's the emperor, realizing the power I have over my life, right? Um, and it's like, a beautiful, beautiful, um, energy with that, that's coming in there. Yeah. Well, if you have a picture, you can send it to my email. Um, and if you want, I can forward it to Deb too. So she can see a picture of it. Yeah. Cats do. It's funny, yeah, because it's all that, "Pet me with your eyes," or, they always show, like, dogs and cats, how cats are like, um "Oh, there you are. Where have you been, servant? I'm hungry." And a dog's like, "Master, master, you're here. I'm so happy you're home." It shows the difference. It's like, I will tell you when you can pet me and when you won't." And dogs are like, "You can pet me anytime. I don't care." It's funny. But I like that empowerment. And then below the surface, you do have the Knight of Gifts, the Knight of Pentacles. And again, that's that part of that quest of, you know, this this quest of finding your sense of worth. But so we kind of talked about that already, with the page of gifts there, which is taking your sense of worth. But in a way, underneath the surface, I just feel like because of that Lilith connection, um, that we've talked about before, I just feel like there is this energy, that's coming in there, right? Um, so it just is like this lifting of who you are, beneath the surface. It just like there was more to it than the mind and the emotion. It just feels like on a core level below the surface, there was like this energy that was there. So very cool. Now, how did you impact them? The kitty, you had the Eight of Canes, Eight of Swords, along with the Nine of Canes, the Nine of Swords. I like this. Your energy helped calm them because I feel like the cat felt afraid and it felt um anxious, but your energy helped calm them down to where they felt safe around in your energy. So I feel like they relaxed with that too. Yeah. um well, I feel like the Lilith higher self helped you, but you helped the animal side of the cat. You helped it feel safe to where it's animalistic, because there was a lot of people, a lot of activity. It was picking up all the energy of everyone else around that you helped them. Because the familiarity between the two of you helped them relax too. So I like that. Below the surface, you have the Nine of Candles, Nine of Wands, the Page of Candles, the Page of Wands, and the Sun. So yeah, your fire energy, your brightness energy came in here. All of this, all of your energy, um, helped them feel less alone too. Um, because just the warmth and the your heart energy with all of this, like it said, it made them feel that way. Yeah, even the Ace of Candles coming in here. So Ace of Wands, you gave him a little extra life because you returned the energy, returned energy, and that definitely is saying, no, I wasn't kidding. You did give me energy. You gave the animal, the cat, the feline, energy to help it um, feel like it. I don't know. It just made it feel like it was living when it was with you. So I like that. You're like, "Was it black? Was it a black Lilith cat?" You're like, I'm gonna go kidnap her." So we'll see what else comes in here as well. Tear, tear. I know, isn't that great? I love it. It was an exchange. It was black. Name Lilith. Well, you can always have 2 black cats. It doesn't have to be, a kitten. You're like, you do have a black kitten, on the way, but, you might be like, "Hmm, hmm." Right, you also have discovery, look at that. Your fortune cookie, green and pink, energies of the heart chakra, card 15, and it's called Potential. Ooh. This is a time to open your eyes and examine what is really in your world. Is it of your liking? Is your view of reality encompassing all that it can? It is time to open up to your unlimited potential. Delve into life and discover all that is there for your asking. Step out of your comfort zone and try something new. Start a new hobby. Cat lady. No, I'm just kidding. What is it that you have always wanted to do but have put on the back burner? It's time to do it. Get involved with others. Join a group or a club. Take a class in something that sparks your interest. Expand upon your life experience in ways that promote your well being, which is what I feel like you're doing, right? Be open to new ideas and new ways of seeing things. Listen to others' views with an open mind. There is a lot you can add to your life, by being open and accepting of change. Life is always evolving and constantly offering up opportunity for growth. Go with it and grow and learn as much as possible. Wow. So the chant that comes with that, yeah, right, says, "Open me to that which enriches my life and the lives of others through me. Show me the realms of possibilities and the mysteries of life. I ask for guidance in all that I do, and I open myself to accept this help and to acknowledge its presence. I now see clearly what is around me, what is behind me, and what is before me. I am so blessed. So be it." And it says, "Learn something new today." I love this. So do something new today. Oop, I think I just got your email. Let me jump out of here, make sure I'm still live. Yep, okay. Oh, all right, let me see. How can I do this? Let me Oh, you know what? I might be able to bring it up on my phone. You don't mind me showing everyone, right? Let me see here. All right, come on, open this up. Warning, warning, warning. Okay, make sure this. Oh, stop that so I can show everyone, right? Oh, cutie, cutie, cutie pie. Look at she's so cute. She's so cute. Oh, I love kitty cats. And you over on this screen, she's like this big on the screen. Ooba-doo-boo-doo-boo-doo-boo. It's almost like she's real life size over here. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. One-eared, so adorable. Right. That's what they have for you. So thank you again for your donation and sharing your kitty with us. Oh, I love it. All right. So let's dive in here some more. So cute. Kitty cat energy. Hey CJ, welcome. Let's grab your reading, put it over here. Good to see you. Let's see, did anyone else come in here too? All right, very good. I think that's everyone. All right. So up next we got Just Alice. Again, this timestamp may not be real, but at least you can see children or trying to like be people at work or whatever. But they said motivation comes from a sense of independence, not from a feeling of being controlled. And it's an interesting energy. Like when we're like, how can I focus and discipline myself? It's like motivation. If I'm coming from a place of like, I must do this, I should do this, I have to do this, where it feels like I must be disciplined, I must have this focus because I'm not doing things right. I fear I might do things wrong. That's where this feeling of control comes in, which sucks away our motivation instead of coming from a place of, I am perfect. The creator, the universe sees me as a perfect mountain right now. I'm just exploring who I am. There's no have to, should, need to, must be energy from spirit. That's a human, constrictive, controlling energy. We don't need to do that, right? It's like when we realize where is my drive? What else did they say here? Was there something else? I feel like they're going, look back over here. Yeah, fear of getting it wrong. And that sends us into this need to control, a need to protect ourselves or to feel safe. And we can ask ourselves, what belief or emotion, refresh this here. Nope. Think I'm back now. My fear of the internet going down, my fear of trying to control the internet. So, but motivation does come from a sense of independence, not by feeling controlled or feeling we need to control. Because at the root there is that fear of getting it wrong, which does, if we have a fear of getting things wrong in our life, it can, um, that's what makes our little inner child feel unsafe, where we feel we need to protect ourselves, or we feel out of control and we feel we need to control. So the question, I don't think it got into the, before it started to loop there, was what emotion or belief is driving me right now? What is that? So it's an important thing. But let's see what else spirit has to say here. All right. All right. So we do have this. We do have this. What else? And this here with that underneath, that on the end. All right. Very good. Yeah. I had a feeling. I go, you're probably going to get something like the Fool, which is what you got on the bottom of the deck, the Child. This Full card energy, it's the beginning of a new, it's like the ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure kind of energy. It is about is see it start to spin, ooh, letting it go, beginning, a new internet connection. But there is this letting go of, expectations, the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be. The the Fool is about a world of possibilities instead of, strict rules. It's like the child energy. When we're before we start having parents and people in authority start telling us, no, 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 and you should do this and you need to do this, and different things that, is going on. That there is this you know, um freedom that comes from it. And instead of being driven that we have to do certain things, it's more of exploration and adventure. Instead, we are perfect mountains and we're just walking around exploring who we are. It's not where we need to evolve to become something more. We are already perfect and huge and limitless. It's more as this human, we're discovering who we really are, what we're doing right. So I like that. What else? You've got the Page of Candles. Yeah. So the Page of Candles, the Page of Wands, is about a heightened passion. What is it that I want? If I'm having trouble disciplining myself towards something or having motivation or focus, it's because I'm trying to do something that's not mine. It's like when you wake up in the morning going, oh crap, I got to go live my dream today. Ugh, we put it off, we put it off. It's usually because it's not our dream. It's I'm trying to do something I think I'm supposed to do, not what my heart really wants to do. Because when we're following our heart and our passion, where's that leading me? Where's my excitement leading me? If it's not leading me in that direction, and it's hard for me to force my energy to go in that direction, then that's because that's not what my being wants to do. It wants to do something else. So you can kind of question, why am I trying to get there? Well, because I think I'm supposed to, not because that's where I'm being drawn, right? You got three cards on top of one another. You got the Six of Candles, Six of Wands. Where's that energy flow taking you? You got the Five of Pentacles. Where's the fear here? The fear of lack, the fear of not having enough, not being enough. Is that part of the drive that's coming in here? And where's that rooted? You have the Eight of Gifts, the Eight of Pentacles, which is transformational energy. So, with the combination of all those, you are in this time in your life, this process in your life where you're moving from doing what everyone else has been wanting you to do, and you're discovering what it is that you want to do. And it's okay. It's like a caterpillar in a cocoon. It's becomes caterpillar juice. It lets go of that which is not going to be conducive to what's really the being that is inside of you, which is a butterfly. So it lets go of things that doesn't serve it anymore. And that's part of this transformation that's coming in here. You also have the two of good cheer, the two of cups, the power of emotional choice. And I feel like what this is zeroing in on with your message here is that it doesn't matter what happens in the outside world. We get to decide what we choose to feel about anything. We also choose the story, choose our actions, choose our energy. But this first card is focusing in on I get to choose how I feel about it. I can't choose how anyone else will feel about anything. I can't control that. I can only control how I'm going to feel. And if I'm going to try to do everything because if I don't do this, people are going to be upset. They could also choose to be happy for you. So it's not what you're doing that's determining whether they're happy or not. It's what's going on inside of them that's determining if they're happy or not what you're doing on the outside world. Your actions to them just are till they get in and they create their own stories, choose their own emotions, choose their own energy. So if it's a lot of our drive is fear of what people will think and feel and blame us for how they feel. None of that's our responsibility. We can't control that. Come back to here. Choose what makes you happy and follow your heart, right? You have the 5 of good cheer, the 5 of cups. Yeah, this is that uh, both of these cards together are about the power of emotional choice, that you're not at the whim of the outside world and no one is. If someone's unhappy, not your fault. You can give someone the world, they can still choose to be unhappy. So, I feel like that's the big aha that's coming in here. Yeah, and you have the Knight of Candles. The Knight of Wands, which is like the Page of Wands, but this is the quest of finding your what is your passion. The Knight of Wands is in search of the Ace of Wands, and this journey that you're on is finding where is my passion drawing me right now? Where is it that I want to go? Sometimes we think we have to figure out our entire lives and make a decision on it today. That's too much for any human to decide. But where is your heart? Where's your passion and excitement drawing you right now? If it's like, I have to be disciplined and focused because I must do this, that feels restrictive. That feels like maybe that's something you feel like you're supposed to do, not what you're wanting to do. And so I feel like that's their message coming to there. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in too. Whoa. So many messages. That's possibilities. There's so many possibilities. There's no right or wrong choice. There's just different choices with different outcomes and different experiences. So you get to choose. I like that. You also have the chakra fairy, card number 53. Look at giant butterfly, like I was talking about. I get to be me, the real me, not the pretend me. So this is about alignment. So shock. All right. Am I back? I think I might be back. Back? Am I back? Am I back? I think I'm back. Let me just make sure I'll wave at myself. Yep, I'm back. So hopefully you guys can see me. Thank you guys for your patience and all that. Just as I say, there's no spinning. I go, oh, there's no spinning. And then I look up and then it started to spin. Maybe my energy is inviting the spinning. But this is the chakra fairy. So this is for here uh for you here. Alice. Yes, Alice. um this is your fortune cookie. So in case it didn't grab it, we've got here. And this is called alignment. So it says chakras are whirling spheres of energy that hold our astral and etheric bodies with our physical bodies. They channel the energy we receive from the universe and put it into a form that is usable within the human body. These spheres regulate and balance all the energies that vibrate through us. All is well as long as these fields of energy are in alignment. However, if they become bogged down or spin at the wrong vibration, issues can arise. Problems can include ill health, low energy, depression, mental and emotional conditions. So, with kind of the focus and the other energy you're talking about, can also look at balancing your chakras. I'm sure we'll talk about more here, but you can even on YouTube search like for balancing chakra energies, and sometimes they have meditations or music that helps do that too. It says it is a good idea to do a chakra exercise daily. This need not take a long time to do. So if you're pinched for time, ask your elemental helpers to balance your chakras for you. They will be glad to do so. One easy method for balancing chakras is through visualization. Sit in a chair or recline on a bed. You may light a candle or play soft music. Just be comfortable and warm enough to be able to relax thoroughly. Now begin breathing regularly. Start with nice deep breaths, and after a few breaths, move down into a steady breathing just as you would when you go to bed at night. Visualize before you a beautiful, clear red mist. Now breathe that mist way down deep into your body. Exhale any negative energies or worries that may have been bothering you. Breathe this red mist into your body for several breaths until it feels like you're done. Then next, see an orange mist before you begin to breathe in this clear, um, let's see. Next, see an orange mist before you, sorry, and begin to breathe in this clear, bright orange mist, and then continue with yellow, then green, then blue, then indigo, and then violet, right? And it says, I like to finish by visualizing the clear white light. This is like the finishing touch that strengthens your connection to spirit. So, definitely a message about it can help your energy and your focus can be also looking at any chakra blocks. But I feel like it goes back to finding what your passion is, because some of the block that's happening is the fear disappointing others, the fear of being a failure, not being lovable by this definition that we have, right? And then it says a chant is I recognize the pattern of energy that flow through and about my body. These energies are in perfect divine balance. My health is radiant. My mind is clear. I am in harmony. I give thanks to spirit. So be it. And it says, spin a top today. So have some fun, have some play as well. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Alice. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. Sorry about the interruption of the internet in the middle there. All right. So let's see. Lucky, I do have your question there. I grabbed that. We got History Reimagined. Hello, hello. Good to see you. We'll grab your question, add you to the list here. All right. And I think we just have one more donation here. So, Maria P., you are up. Thank you so much. Again, these timestamps are probably not accurate because of the interruptions of the internet and the buffering that's going on. Again, thank you guys so much for your patience and the interruptions. Hopefully, they'll get it all fixed before Thursday of next week. It's something not in our house, it's something out. A lot of people are having issues with the internet. Of course, it's like 19 degrees out. It might be a little chilly out there. It's freezing the freezing the bandwidth. I don't know, but because it started yesterday. All right. All right. So Maria, thank you for your donation via Z PayPal. And let's see what we got going on here. Let's take a quick sip. Cheers. All right. Let me shuffle these up. So, Wally's thoughts and feelings for you today. Let's see what's going on with Wally. What's going on in their mind here? Their thoughts, their feelings. What's coming for you guys next week? Okay. A message from Wally to you. Dark side. He said he's working on the bathroom. I said, take it easy. And he said, I know, I'm doing this to myself. What did he mean? Yeah. All right, let's take a look here. So, Wally's thoughts going on here. All right, we got the King of Canes and the 10 of Candles. Yeah, they definitely this is a lot in their head with the King of Swords, who's the master of thinking, and the 10 of Wands. It's funny because it just feels like, I know I'm doing this to myself. I'm the one that has all these high expectations. I'm the one that is in my head about everything that's supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be, and I'm investing a lot of energy here with this 10 of Candles, which feels like the burden, but also the harvest, and they're like, "I know I'm wanting so much, and I feel like so much has to be achieved. I'm investing a lot of energy into it." So their thoughts regarding you today is like, I know they in their head, they feel like you have so many expectations, and they feel like there's so much energy that they have to invest to achieve this, um, but just know that that's always a reflection of what's going on inside of us, right? How we see other people and where other people, um, what we think they expect and, um, desire and all that is in here, right? Even before we meet people, we got this long list of who people think we're supposed to be, and we meet someone, we go, we assume they think the same thing, but they don't. They've got their own long list of rules in here and expectations and blah blah blah. So, you're not alone in that, right? But I feel like they do have this energy of, um they have a lot that they feel that they would want to do and that they think they should do, and sometimes it wears them out. I feel like that's what they're going through their thinking. But it's because they already have that, and it's being applied to every area of their life, so it also applies to their interactions with you. Hopefully that makes sense. Below the surface, under feelings, we've got the 2 of Cups. So their emotions, their heart, very connected, very focused on your guys' relationship. Your, relationship, your romantic relationship is an important one to them, and that is very much on their heart. Okay. What is coming next week for you? Got 3 cards. The first one, 4 of Pentacles. This is time at home. So you guys do spend some time together at home. You also have the Knight of Canes, Knight of Swords. So there is a lot of communication, a lot of talking and interactions. You might even have a get together where it's like out in public where you guys can just talk. You can't really do anything else besides just have a great conversation and chat with each other. And then you have the Queen of Gifts, the Queen of Pentacles. There's a time here of nurturing and togetherness too. So it feels like there's 2 events together where you can really nurture. This third one feels like a more, um, I don't know, just a deeper emotional time together. It's like the first one kind of feels like we spend time at home together, nesting. And then the other one's like talking, and the other one feels like sensuality and just togetherness, kind of energy. So that's what I feel like for that. A message from Wally to you. The 2 of Candles. That card has come up every single one of your readings the last few days. I feel like they would want, um, really, it's a more of a question. Like, am I the one that you want to be with? You know, is there anyone else, that you like, and we talked about this isn't necessarily another person, but are you am I enough for you? Are you keeping an option open and an escape route going, well, if you don't end up being it, I have one foot out the door where I trust you. I have one leg in, but both legs are not in, toes are outside the door, if anything, right? So I feel like they're wondering because I feel like they pick up that you're you have one foot in, but are you going to put the other foot in as well? Interesting. Um, And then, Dark Side, we do have Father Christmas. Oh, yeah. Which this is the, Hermit card, the 9 of I mean, not the 9 of Pentacles, it's the number 9, which is the Hermit energy. And this is about me wanting a place of my own. I want to be alone. I want to have a space of my own to start, I need to be away from this, energy. So we get that a lot with them, that 9 of Pentacles energy of, um, I don't wanna be there. I'm not sure, if we're ready for us to be in somewhere together, but I feel like they're looking for their own space to be able to just have you over and not be weird if they were if their, you know, ex is still in the house kind of energy, right? And then what did he mean by I'm doing this to myself? We got the 3 of Candles and the King of Candles. Yeah. King of Candles is I decide the plan, and the 3 of Wands is like, oh, maybe I want to do this differently. But it is this energy, what they mean by I'm doing this to myself. Like, I could try to like have someone else do it to get it completed, but it's cheaper. Um, and so I want to do this because I'd rather use the money for other things. So I'm doing this to myself. I'm making myself do this when I could have someone else do it, like hire someone to do it. But I want to do this. So I'm doing this to myself. But, you know, so I feel like that's what they meant. All right. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here, too. And like I said, I congratulations on winning that 15-minute personal recorded reading. I do have your email that I got, so I'll probably complete that tomorrow or Tuesday, depending. Um, but it'll be in the next couple of days. I'll get you your reading, and then we also will circle back around for your free reading here sometime today. All right, you got Moon Secrets. Ooh, below the surface. What's going on here? So 29. Let's see what this is here. The moon is about things below the surface, and this is called the key word is called cycles. And it says life is all about cycles. Creation depends on cycles. The cycles that create life on Earth are meshed with those that create and run the universe. We are all aware of the moon cycles and the effects they have upon life and Earth. From our tides to our reproductive cycles, the moon has great influence upon our lives. For certain, the universe has also many other cycles that influence us. Everything in existence is cyclic in one form or another, or it couldn't exist. Cycles bring order to the universe and to our lives. There's a season for everything. It's scrolling again. It's a spinning. It's a spinning. Speaking of cycles, I'm just going to back up a little bit here. Cycles bring order to the universe and to our lives. There's its own. Oh my gosh, it's so funny because I keep on trying to read. There's a season for everything. Everything must happen in its own time, and it's like the internet spins. And we're all learning that everything happens in its own timing. And even when I have timestamps that are not going to be accurate, the timing is always perfect. Patience, learning patience, right? I hear you. A cycle forms a circle, which symbolizes continuance of cosmic energy flow. The energy that animates each of us is never ending. It was in the beginning and will ever be. It can change forms, but it cannot be destroyed. Learn to know the cycles that affect you. Sense them. Pay attention and notice all the cycles around you in your life. The seed that sprouts and grows has a cycle. Day and night are cyclic. You breathe in and you breathe out. With all these cycles, what all these cycles tell you is that there is order to the universe and there is order in your life. You just have to acknowledge the order and flow with it. Don't fight it. Know that when you relax into life, things begin to work more smoothly as you're no longer fighting against the universal energy patterns, but moving with them, right? And that is that energy of I'm not on an out of control drama train, and we fear, when we feel like out of control or unsafe, we try to protect ourselves and try to gain control. What are they doing and not doing, saying or not saying? It's not the right timing. They need to do doing this. All those expectations, that control, that's because we feel like the universe is not organized. We're on an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode. But when we really look at it and go, you know what? I get to decide what things mean. I get to choose my emotions and energy. And we realize that the universe is very organized and that I can relax. I can trust the process, trust the journey instead of controlling it, right? The chant says, Goddess Moon, who reflects the cycles of the universal force, help me to remember all things have their perfect time of being, as well as their perfect time of ceasing in this realm. The great wheel of existence turns continually. Help me remember I am a part of that wheel and of all that is. I am. So be it. And it says, celebrate life's cycles today instead of like rushing to try to get to, a certain place and a certain outcome in a certain area that I can trust the journey. I can trust the process along the way. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you right now, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And I think that was it for donations. And I think I've got everyone's down here. So um, what we'll do here, see, we're at 2.5 hours. Let's see, I've got wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I've just got 14 free readings. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to run to the little boys' room real quick. Let me switch out this tea here. Actually, I might just throw this in the microwave real quick because this has been sitting here. It's very well steeped tea here. Might just heat it up real quick. Run to the little boys' room, and then we will. I think we'll just while the internet is still up and going, I will complete all the free readings in this session too. So stick with me. I shall be back in just a moment. All right. We do have the warmed up tea now. Nice warm. All right. So we are back. Let me make sure we're all still live here. Looks good. All right. So thank you guys so much again for all your patience in the internet going in and out and buffering. It actually hasn't gone out, just buffered. So that's good. Thank you. And like I said, it should be done by Thursday. Now, I will be choosing two winners this afternoon, one from donations, one from the free readings for a 15-minute personal recorded reading. So after I finish the session, I will pin a comment with all of the readings with timestamps, though the timestamps may not be totally accurate with all the buffering that's been going on. But am I back? Sorry, it started buffering. Speaking of buffering, I was just typing a little note on here for the pinned comment about the timestamps. May not be very accurate. Thanks for your patience. I'll put thanks for your patience. We'll put that here. All right. So we are back. So let's get started into some free readings here. So Eagle, you'll be up first. Here is your timestamp ish. And you want a general for the upcoming week. Let's see what we got going on here. What does Spirit want you to know? You've got the Six of Candles and the Magus, which is the magician in the original tarot. So there's definitely this energy flow that's coming in here. You know, Six of Wands is a victory energy. It's a flow energy. Um, and I like this magician because the magician is it's like you have this great, we always have this ability, whatever it's always happening. Whatever I'm focusing on is what's growing and expanding. And we're always drawing in. If I'm focusing on higher vibration, I draw it. If I focus on lower vibration, it draws it in. But this week, when we get this kind of energy, does, magnify things as well. And sorry, I was just noticing the internet was kind of slowing. Um, slow down, right? Focus on what it is that you want to grow, because things are going to come in magnified and faster, whatever you're focusing on. So I feel like the big message for you is to be very aware of what your focus is as much as possible, whether it's putting up reminders or alarms on your phone or things to go, oh, that's right. I really, 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 it's important this week to focus on what you're, um, where you're investing your energy, because it's going to be very fast and big that it comes in. So I feel like that's what they want for you for this one. So many blessings to you. Right. User PC, you are up. And you wanted a general read as well. There we go. Whoops. Let's try that again. My mouse grabbed too many things there. There you go. All right, let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? What's important for you to know in this moment? Okay, we got this and this. You do have the Three of Gifts and the Hanged Man. So you have the Three of Pentacles and the Hanged Man kind of. There we go. I think we're back. I tell you, I appreciate your guys' patience patience very much because I know my patience bank is almost going into, uh, not bankruptcy, what is it called? Overdraft. So thank you. I'm so sorry for all the buffering going on. I either had a choice to not come on this afternoon when they said, "It's not you guys, it's somewhere, and we'll escalate it out there, and we'll try to get it fixed because there's a lot of people experiencing intermittent and slow internet in the area here." And, so I was either like, "Well, I could just not go on, or we can try to work through it together slowly and have a wonderful experience of growing our patience." So thank you for your understanding. But like we said, so user PC, we have the Hanged Man and we have the Three of Pentacles. And as I was saying, it's an opportunity here, like the butterfly, who, the hangman feels like that butterfly hanging upside down like a cocoon, letting go of the things that are not true to your authentic self, which we're all given a lot of stuff growing up. It's like we're given strips of paper mache that we put on ourselves because all this opinion of supposed to be and should be and need to be from everyone else. Eventually, we're pulling all that off and going, this isn't me. This isn't who I am. Happens to the caterpillar. It's born with as it is, but then it goes through that transformation. It becomes caterpillar juice. It lets pieces of itself fall away because inside you're finding that true authentic you, which is a butterfly, which is so you can go so far where you couldn't as a caterpillar. And even your tastes change where you don't want to eat leaves, you want to seek nectar of flowers, right? So there is this transformation and you're finding more and more about who you really are and letting go a lot of opinion and all that paper mache stuff and peeling it off going, all right. And I feel like you've gotten a lot of big chunks off, but sometimes we're like, oh, I didn't realize that was still on there. Let me throw that off there. So little things that come up that are you're shedding. And I feel like it's a time of, not beating yourself up for um, you know, any piece of you, but as you realize this isn't me, this is what was put on me or given to me to put on myself, because no one really could put anything on us. We're the ones that get to choose our story, our emotions, our energy, our actions, and no one else's, thankfully. But I feel like that's the big message for you today. So that's what they have for you, user PC. Many blessings to you. All right. Then we have Gene XO. Here is your timestamp ish. At least you can see like where in order you are. So if you jump, jump, I mean, you can see, oh, it did it twice. So it did it already. That looks ugly. Let me just make it clear here. There it is. It just took a minute. All right. So Gene XO, hello, hello. You want to ask what eyes, feelings, and intentions are towards you. May we also check the underlying energy. He was hinting really hard today that he enjoys our exchanges. Oh, boo boo boo. All right. Let's take a sip of my warm green tea here. All right. So, what are eyes' feelings currently and intentions? You have the Hierophant on the bottom. They call it Sinterklaas. Number 5 of the major arcana, which is the Hierophant, which is the card of change, about seeing things from a higher perspective, a different perspective, learning, growth, change, like I said. So that energy is underneath the surface. Um, their feelings, we have the Knight of Canes, which is Knight of Swords. Movement of thought, clarity, seeking clarity, right? And I feel like when we pull feelings for them, we always get swords. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I feel. So I don't feel, I think. So it's almost like when you ask them, "How do you feel about something?" It's like asking a Vulcan how they feel. They're like, "What? Oh, I'm sorry. What do you think about this?" Because that's the language they speak is mind, not emotion, water, energy, right? So, but I feel like that's it's in more of the formation stages rather than that they're ready to, think we're circling here. Circle, 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 circle. Are we all right? I think we might be back. Think we might be back. Are we back? I think we're back. I think we're back. Yes, we're back. So, Gene, I feel like um, uh, I hopefully got all the other part of it, but they were talking about there's a lot of action and changing of mindset, energy, seeking clarity, and a like a magician who's creating a fireball before they send it, they're in the process of forming the energy before they'll do the action. So a little bit more of thinking about and mulling it over, but I feel like they're in that process of wanting to create something to do it, but it's going to be a little bit before they actually do more of that there. So um yeah, so hopefully that helps. So that's what they got coming in there. We're back. Thank you, Jojo. We are back. We are back. All right. All right, thank you for your additional donation. As soon as I see a question, we'll pop down there as the internet allows. But just for the sake of time, I'm going to jump over here and complete another free reading. We got Minu. Here's your timestamp ish that's coming in here. And you want to know, will you make your career in the coming time? What's going to happen? All right, let's take a look here. So, based on current energies, will you make your career in the coming time? Okay. And what's going to happen? All right, we need to get two for that. So, will you make it? You have the Empress energy. So, that is about birthing and creation and harvest. So, that is a definite yes, that you will create this career over time. But, if you notice this, she's very pregnant. I was going to turn the card to the side. That's so funny. Do you see how big her belly is sticking out? No. But I mean, we got that belly there. It takes time. You can't, babies can come early, but it's like you want to go the full fruition and allow it to form itself, right? Even like a butterfly, you don't want to cut a butterfly out of the cocoon early because that will um you know um the butterfly won't be able to fly. So I always want to make sure we were still live. um but I like that, trusting the timing, allow the timing to unfold, because the struggle to get out of the cocoon is what builds the butterfly's muscles to use its wings. And if we don't allow that, they can never use their wings. They end up dying because they can't fly and take care of themselves. So we want to allow it to go its full and trust the timing, right? What's going to happen? You got the three of gifts and the 10 of canes. Yep. So you have the 10 of swords and the three of pentacles. Both these energies together, I see why they came out together, because the three of pentacles is about being true to you in your career. Let go of the expectations. The 10 of swords is this long list of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be, but it's about getting rid of those and letting those go, because they exhaust us. They suck the life out of things. If I'm like, oh, my career must be this, should be this, has to be this, it's not what we want. What's our true authentic desire of our career? Not we've been told we're supposed to, and all this opinion of the outside world. But, I feel like what happens is you gain clarity around what it is you really wanna do. That's what they're showing me, and this doesn't have to be what you're going through, but the example is, like, if you're wanting to become a doctor and you think, "Well, I think I wanna become a general practitioner because that's what my family and friends and everyone else says I should do and what they all wanna do and blah, 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 blah," right? But while you're studying, you decide, "Wow, I love hearts and I love I I'm just really have this strong desire to help people with their heart, physical heart, and I wanna become a heart surgeon, and I wanna specialize in something because this is my life and what I wanna do, not what everyone else wants me to do." See the clarity that can come in? That's what I feel like happens within your career, right? So that's what they have for you. So many blessings. All right. Hey, Touch of Love, welcome. Good to see ya. Let me, whoops, behave. Let's grab your free question. We'll add you to the list here. But we are going to detour to donations. Thank you so much, Jojo, for your additional donation. I see your question there. So, Jojo, thank you. Here's your kind of timestamp. I know they're not accurate because of all the buffering we've been having on the internet today. So, thank you guys again for your patience with all that. So, let's give that a love and a like since it lets me there, Jojo. You want to know, are Britney and you connected? You feel connected to her, like Britney Spears? I'm just kidding. I know. Fun, fun. It's an adventure. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, it is Britney Spears. You're like, all right, let's take a look. What else here? And whoops, this one here. Underlying energies. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, let's see. These cards made themselves known here. I'm not really sensing a spirit team kind of connection energy. You have the 8 of canes, the 8 of swords on the bottom. And so far, and we'll get clarity as we look at the other cards, but I feel like you learn more about it's like the connection you have is the connection of the release, that we're letting go of old mindsets, letting go of restrictions, allowing yourself there's like this freedom energy that comes with her. Very much the energy of when you hear some of the story of what she's gone through in life, which I don't know a ton of it, but it feels like there's this story of constriction, being very controlled, very blinded and bound and trapped and restricted, that coming out of that to them to be true to themselves, energy is the underlying energy. And I feel like, um, there's this, sorry, I just saw my screen flash over here. So hopefully it wasn't spinning. She's a Sagittarius too. Oh, well, that makes sense. So, there is this kind of, I feel like you relate and can connect to that energy. Let's see what these 3 cards that came out together, and you got a 3, 2, 1, a countdown energy. We got the Justice card, which is a balancing energy, seeing things from a different perspective, clearing away old ways of thinking, letting go of restrictive energies, and feeling this freedom to be more true to yourself, right? Yeah, this 7 of canes, 7 of swords, letting go again of those thoughts that deceived us. Um, those feelings of being deceived and betrayed and letting those go too. So that betrayal energy that she sensed, that is very strong with her, that that could be picking up that too. And then the 9 of candles, the 9 of wands. Here's that the barrier and busting through the barrier. So I feel like you're really tuning in with the energy of what she's felt, and that's where a big piece of the connection is, but we'll see what else there is here too. But I feel like because we're talking about that first, that's the big thing is that you can really relate to that feeling restricted and feeling people trying to control you and keep you caged and keep you in and you're like freedom kind of energy. The 2 cards that came out together, yep, Capricorn, Krampus, the devil card, and the Queen of Candles, the Queen of, Wands. I'm just thinking fire, Sagittarius, but it's all the fire signs, right? And we have that. Here's that restrictive energy of, um, Saturn, which as we're growing up, we create our cage of supposed to be and should be, need to be, again, all that restrictive energy. And one of my favorite cards of the devil card shows someone caged with the door open because it doesn't have a lock on it. It's always open. We can always escape it because we're the ones that put ourselves in our restrictive thinking to keep ourselves safe when we're growing up. Because when we're punished for doing something, I don't want to ever feel that again. I'll create all this, blocks to keep me from doing that so I don't get punished again. And then when I get praised for this, I create rules to make sure I do that more so I get more praise and love and reward, right? Instead of punishment. Um, and so there's this freedom that can come from this. And I like that. The Queen of Wands, someone trying to cage a phoenix is what I see in my head. And there's this like, that's right. What helps me get out of the cage sometimes is me turning to fire and ash, and I go through the cage, and then I rise from the ashes free of all that stuff. So very much there is that kind of energy that's being reinforced here. Yep. And then the Empress, which opens up, here's that 3 energy of being true to our authentic self, this freedom energy that comes in, this birthing energy, this yeah, allows us to connect to that creativity, um, instead of trying to fulfill an order. Like, here, I want you to make this. Okay, I'm going to do this. I know I'm pregnant, right? And then, um, you know, um, instead of trying to fulfill an order, I'm creating something for me. It's like when an artist creates a painting, like, "Oh, are you gonna sell this?" No, that's not for public. This is for me. That's the kind of energy that comes in here. And under the surface, we do have the 4 of Pentacles, which has to do with self-worth, this I define myself, no one else does kind of energy that comes in here. You're like, no, oh my God. Immaculate conception. Oh my God, it's Jesus' second coming. And it's through JoJo. That's funny. Not yet. Yeah, yeah. Right. And it's creating it and letting it be the way you want it to be. So I like that. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. But I like that. I don't feel like it's, like she's part of the soul group, maybe a larger collective of musicians and artists, because it feels like she is someone that has always wanted to create through music and dance especially. But I feel like that's a huge collective. The special soul collective that of you guys that we talk about is a sub collective of this big collective. So you kind of have that relation by that, but not like you do with these other smaller group. Yeah, magnetic manifestation. And it says, draw upon the magnetic forces of the earth, manifesting your desire with attracting power. So, this is whatever you focus on is what you draw to you, energy. And I feel like you are picking up on that power of magnetism. In a way, too, I feel like you're connecting with that. I, fire signs have this energy of attraction that just attracts people to them, and I feel like you're picking up on the fire energy too. You can relate with that. So I feel like, you know, it's like in the astrological chart when, you know, um, fire signs match up. It's, a healthy aspect that you can relate easily to, and I feel like that's, also present there. So, I like it. So, hopefully that helps. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, I think that was it for the donations. So we'll return back to the free readings and complete more of those. We are still live, right? Okay, good. So we'll continue on the list. I know, interesting. All right, Swaroop Bobby, you are up. Here is your timestamp ish. Anyone want to know what's coming towards you this coming week? You're very welcome, JoJo. All right. So we've got some powerful fire energy because you've got the Holly King, which is the Emperor, which is Aries energy, and you got the Sun card, which is Leo energy coming in here. There is this opportunity of great benefit, great reward, great outcomes this next week with the Sun card. That just shows, wow. With the Emperor energy, this is like if you allow it, because you're the emperor of your life and you get to choose what you focus your energy on. And whatever you focus on is what grows and expands, right? It's kind of like King of Wands energy. The Emperor and King of Wands are very similar to me in the energy, but this is about clearing the throne room of all the people's opinions and advisors, blah, 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 and saying, what is it that I want? Put a plan together, put action behind it, you get success in it. But it's you deciding for you, not you trying to do what everyone else wants you to do, because that sucks the life out of you. But when you step away from that and go, what is it that I want? Not out of fear, I think I'm supposed to want, but what is it that I truly want in the core? And once you decide that and you put action behind a plan, then you get success that comes in with the Sun card here. And it's a significant success being a major arcana, both of them being a major arcana. So when you're looking at it this week, what is it that you want to achieve? The more clarity you have around what it is you want, the more action and movement goes towards that outcome. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you, Swaroop. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Patricia, you are up. Just making sure we're still live. It looks good. Here's your timestamp ish. I know these are probably going to be totally off, but and you wanted a general for the week. It's the last month of the year. Wow, I know. Tomorrow is December. It's probably tomorrow where you're at, right? On the other side of the planet or close. So happy December to you. Let's see here. So for this general for next week, got 3 cards. The first one, yeah, a new beginning. Great for a new month. But this full card, that's an ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure energy. And when we're looking at that, there is this it's like full of possibilities, getting rid of restrictions of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's, all the rules, and go, what is it I can explore? I don't need to do things an exact way. I don't need to box myself in. Just where's my heart taking me? Where's my passion taking me, right? You also have the 6 of Canes, And the 7 of Candles, yeah. Letting go of old ways of thinking with the 6 of Swords. And the 7 of Wands is about being true to your authentic self, not dimming your light, not asking permission to shine, not feeling the need to defend again the what I want to do and where I want to go. And I feel like you're changing your mindsets on the inside. You're looking at things differently. You're letting go of restrictions, which then allows movement of mindset, which also changes movement to the outside world. And you start seeing the inside making its way to the outside. But it starts in here with your power of story of what I should do, what I'm supposed to do, what I need to do, what I have to do, what are the rules, and go, who says? That's opinion. It's like if you've ever watched Pirates of the Caribbean, I go, what about the pirates code? And they're like, oh, it's not so much a code as it is guidelines. It's it's not as we think it is. It's like, no, they're just lines in the sand. I can walk over them. They're just kind of suggestions. It's opinion, not have to be's. And I feel like this next week, it's about stepping out of that mindset of um, what's the meaning you put to things, and changing that meaning can really open up an adventure for you instead of feeling like it's in a prison sentence, if that makes sense. Right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Ashish. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Again, timestamps are probably really off. My apologies. Hopefully this will all be fixed by next Thursday and we'll just be back in the game again. So Ashish, you want to know, do you know your future wife already, or is she a new person? All right, let's take a look here. So based on your current energies, is your future wife someone you know or someone new? Right, here we go. Boom, boom. Yeah, I don't feel here it's someone you know. You have the 8 of Pentacles, and then you also have the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is the quest for for passion, right? So because you're on the quest, it means you haven't found it yet, or you wouldn't be on a quest, right? Because the quest ends when you get what you want. The 8 of Gifts, the 8 of Pentacles is also putting in the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears. You get the fruit of your labor. So both of these feel like it's something new that's coming your way, not anybody you know right now. Um, so it's on the journey. Um, so I don't feel like it's someone that you know right now, someone new coming in. And you might even meet him here. The 8 of Pentacles is schooling or work. So if you're taking any classes or working, I feel like you do meet them through those. Like that will be, I met them through a schoolmate or through a workmate, or I met them at school or work. But it more feels like, how do they say, uh, what is it with like Kevin Bacon? You're like, you're 7 people away from, it's like you meet them through there, not at the places. So I feel like if you go to a work event, you meet a friend of a friend, or if you're at school, you meet, a friend of a friend, and sparks happen there. So I feel like it's more that kind of thing. All right. So that's what they have for you, Ashish. Many blessings to you. All righty. And then Ateshi Singh, you are up here. Let's grab your time stamp ish. And how will this Thursday award ceremony at work go? All right, let's take a look here. So, based on your current energies, thank you. What else? Oh, I think we're back. I have to pay attention. It was spinning, spinning, spinning. So sorry about that. Let me just make sure we are really live. Yes, yes, yes. So your 2 cards, whoops, were the 2 of Wands and the Justice card. So it does feel like there's this energy here. The two of wands is, our energy is what can make things bigger or make things smaller depending on what our focus in. If I'm focusing on need and want, it shrinks. If I focus on gratitude, then I get more, right? The justice card is a balancing energy. It is this energy of seeing things from a higher perspective, helps us cut away the lower ways of thinking here. So it feels like here, I don't know, I'm getting a message like the word ceremony is, and then week of it is by your power of choice. And it just feels like it's the scales are balanced. It doesn't feel like, wow, it doesn't feel like, oh, it feels like, okay, kind of energy. So, but you get to make the most of it or the worst of it, which whatever unfolds here. So there might a little below the surface, it's like doesn't quite unfold the way that you expect it from a human. But when you look at it from a higher perspective, you learn a lot through it, if that makes sense. So hopefully that blessings for you, Ateshi. Sorry about that. Oh, I think I got it all in there before it started buffering there. Um, but it does feel balanced. So it doesn't feel like it's a huge, huge thing or a horrible thing. Feels balanced, but of course, whatever you focus on is what makes it bigger or lower. So that's I think I got all that in there before it started buffering again there, Teshi. All right. Hang in there, everybody. I've only got like 7 more free readings and uh and then the torture will be over for you guys. And I'm so grateful for your patience with all the buffering that's going on. It seems to be coming and going here. All right. So Brenda Globy, you are up. Here is close to your timestamp ish, maybe. So, is it right for AS to be excited about her future with KTH? Yeah, there's no right or wrong, right? Uh, we can be excited about a dream that we have, but let's see what Spirit has to say here around that, because our adventure isn't about be a Vulcan with no emotion. It's about embracing our emotion of excitement, but also be aware of we can also embrace disappointment and lower vibration energies. Um, yeah, we do have the Two of Canes and the Seven of Canes. So the Two of Canes, both of these are swords. Two of Swords and Seven of Swords. Two of Swords is the story, our power of story, and the Seven of Swords is about letting go of our thoughts and beliefs that steal things out of our life, that thieve, that deceive us out of our life. And by that, regarding a situation like, let's say, if I'm like, my excitement is about in the future about what could be, and that I'm going to be happy then that's deceiving ourselves. That's putting our happiness and our excitement into something that has to happen. But that also means my excitement can be taken away if things don't happen with them. It's like if I'm going to go to Disney World and like next summer, I'm going to go to Disney World. Let's say I'm not, but let's say we are. Then I can be so excited about, I'm so excited. I'm going to get to go to Disney World. I'm going to get to go to Disney World every day that I'm waiting to have that happen. I'm excited about going to Disney World and I'm doing this. And then um, a week before I'm going to go to Disney World, they're like, "Oh, there's a hurricane coming, and they're closing down Disney World." Disappointment. My excitement and my happiness is gone. So, we do have this energy of be happy today, be excited about the now, not the future. Is like spirit. It's like there's no wrong or right. They're just saying it's like the advice they have for us is be excited about now, what's happening in the moment, who we are in the moment, and like be happy for no reason at all and excited in this moment, for what is, not putting it in a future outcome because future outcomes are unstable. But when we can be focused on the moment, then we can have that fulfillment. So hopefully that makes sense. And that's what they have for you, Brenda. Oh no. On the second card, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought we made sure that it was still going, and I didn't finish it up after because I thought I caught them all and then did a summary after. But thanks for understanding. I'm so sorry. All right. All right. And then Livier Vagara, you are up. And will you be able to travel with your colleagues in the future? All right. So, based on current energy, will you be able to travel in the future with your colleagues? So, you got the Eight of Cups and Father Christmas. Well, I don't know here. This energy is kind of interesting because the Father Christmas is the Hermit card. And then the Eight of Good Cheer, the Eight of Cups, is about walking away from relationships and friendships that don't serve you anymore. This is about being alone without these people. So it feels as if here that the colleagues, or your colleague, I feel like this is going to end. I feel like you're going to have new events and new adventures on the horizon where it's almost like that isn't gonna be there, and that you end up doing something with other people or other person, because this feels like there is, just a drifting away or an ending where it served its purpose, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna be there, which is why I feel like you end up, I feel like this is alone, like you're venturing away. In fact, if I put the cards the way I feel they're doing, it's like this, like here's your colleague and here's you walking away from the colleague. So it kind of feels like that kind of energy more than, that you're, going somewhere with them. But I do feel this energy that you also end up doing something with other people, but not with the colleague or colleagues that you're talking about, because I feel like there is a change in your environment. Interesting. So that's what they have for you, Olivier. Many blessings to you. All right. Maria P., you are up. So thank you for your donation earlier. Here is your free reading. And you'd like a general for you. Ooh, cars came flying out. All right. So you have the Seven of Gifts, the Seven of Pentacles, along with the Eight of Good Cheer. So there's an energy here about, recognizing in your life the fruit of what's been growing in the different areas of your life. All of your relationships, friends, family, lovers, whoever, jobs, um, and with your body and finances and your life. And it's just looking at your life and looking at, because the Eight of Cups is about relationship, but it's relationship to life. I feel here with the Seven of Pentacles, because one of the things that's coming in here is, this I'm letting go of the fruit that no longer serves me and going, I thought this was bring this, I thought this would bring this, I thought this would bring this, but it's not bringing me the fruit I want, so I'm going to not invest as much energy into those things anymore. All right. I think we're back again. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for your patience with all this. It is can be frustrating. Am I back? I don't know if I'm back. Let me try refreshing over here. Am I back? Okay. Well, it popped up a commercial. It must be back. Come on. There it goes. You're also having internet reception problems, Lucky? Yeah, there's this it's happening all over the area here. So hopefully they'll be fixing it soon because if it's not fixed, I'm not sure I'm going to come back on and do all this again because I know it's frustrating for everybody, but it's just like uh, if the messages aren't coming through, then they're not coming through, right? But hopefully you got most of that, Maria. The ending, it was like the Eight of Cups and there's that progression from the Seven of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups of real. And we're back again. Yeah, without a Eight of Cups. Fun, 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 fun. All right. Let me pop this chat back out here. Yeah, they're using the at signs now again instead of the your guys' chosen names. So that's why we see all those things. All right, I think we are back again. Yeah, let's see. Okay, it is working. All right. So yeah, Maria, your Eight of Cups, it is about leaving behind things that no longer serve you, like maybe this internet provider, but a bunch. But there is that. And it's a good time to like look at our I don't know, look at our what is not bringing us the fruit. It's cost benefit analysis. Cost benefit analysis. All right, I think we're back yet again. Oh my god. Can I curse? Mother bah, 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 bah. I am grateful that it's not completely out. But I am ready to complete your guys' readings and um after a while the roller coaster of up and down and slow and fast. I'm getting a little nauseous. All right. So hopefully, Maria, you got the it's time to harvest. It's time to let things go that no longer serve us. Cost benefit analysis. Boom. Okay, we got to do it. It's like every time I got to letting it go, maybe that's my maybe that's my the message for me. Let it go. I can't control it. I need to let it go. Why am I letting it bother me? Let it go. Right? It's a good learning experience that we're all having. All right, let's finish up. I got 4 more free readings, so let's finish these up here so that you guys can enjoy your evenings and mornings and everything. So, we have here CJ. You are up, and as always, just thank you guys so much for your patience and all those delays. A week ahead. Last week was extremely stressful. Yay! All right, so let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about the week ahead? All right, so we got this and we got this. Yeah, we have the Three of Candles, Three of Wands, choosing to go a different route this week. And you have the Four of Good Cheer, the Four of Cups with the Child, which is the Fool card. So both of these, it's about emotional stability and freedom and possibilities here. So I feel like the last 2 weeks you've said that the last week has been stressful. It's been stressful. Well, stress doesn't happen out there, right? Stress happens in here. Life just happens out there. There's no judgment. There's no meaning to things that happen. Animals look at stuff and just like they don't get emotionally involved in it, but it's because they don't have these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets, these stories that we put to things. And that's the Fool card, is letting go of the stories and look at possibilities. Stress is fear, and fear comes from thoughts that come from beliefs that things are supposed to be a certain way, should be a certain way, need to be a certain way. And we have fear when things don't unfold the way we think they're supposed to. When we're trying to control things in the outside world, that's when we feel out of control and where a lot of our stress comes from. When we're like, life isn't unfolding the way I think it should. It's like, well, why do you think it should unfold this way? Well, popular opinion has said and formed through time that it's supposed to be this way. But when reality battles our thoughts, reality wins, but only 100% of the time, because reality is, but our belief about what things are supposed to be, this is the troublemaker, right? This is what causes stress. So I feel like it's like for this next week, if you want it to be different, um, then we need to do different things, right? We can't keep doing what we've always done and expect life to be different. It's if I change my mindset, because I don't see the world as it is, I see the world as I am. So as I change, then that changes the outside world. So I feel like that's the message for next week, is if I don't want a stressful week, then I am going to change my thoughts from those that create stress to freedom and going with the flow, loving what is, being in the moment, gratitude for what I do love, not focus on what I don't. The more I focus on what's not happening, the more of that I get. The more I focus on what I love about what is happening, I get more of that. So see that. Experiment with that this week and see how that might change. Whoa. And if you want an easier path, you can also check out my free podcast, The Easier Path. The playlist is down in the description box. I have to plug in my podcast there. All right. So that's what they have for you, CJ. Hang in there. All right. All righty. And then we have Lucky. You are up. Here is your timestamp ish. We'll see if this is even close. So you want to say, is that crazed and troubled neighbor going to be apprehended by authorities? It's funny. All this thinking, all this talk about my perception of the outside world is based on this, right? So what I'm hearing, and I'll pull cards, but just for entertainment purposes, are these crazy and troubled thoughts about my neighbor going to be apprehended by the authority of my thoughts? Interesting, right? Is that crazy and troubled thoughts about my neighbor, are they going to be apprehended by the authority of my thoughts? Hmm. I'm gonna have to reflect on that myself. So, my thoughts have been harassing me for years, constantly watching me, um, peering where my thoughts are not supposed to be. Will the FBI will the FBI get wind of it? So, we probably have talked about them through the time because this seems familiar a little bit too. But my beliefs that they should or shouldn't do things are causing me stress and causing me fear, and I'm being ignited, right? And the more I focus my energy on this crazed and troubled neighbor doing the things that I don't think they should be doing, I'm expanding it, attracting it, um, inviting it more. And I know it's hard to, in a situation where our inner child feels unsafe and out of control, because we're trying to control things that are outside of our control, and we feel the need to protect ourselves because we feel unsafe. It's, um, it's this, what am I grateful for in my neighbor? And I know that's hard when it's someone that seems such like a villain in your life that's creating the victim within us, right? When we're in victim mode, we see a villain. It's hard for us to get out of that victim energy towards this, villain that's yeah, 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 the old villain with the mustache and the black hat. How can I step out of that? And and we do that through trying to recognize, um what am I grateful for in them? I'm grateful that, um, I can start off with I'm grateful for the things they haven't done, but that even gets into attracting. So we don't wanna do that. We wanna grow what we enjoy. Like, is there something that they do? They keep their lawn cut so that weeds don't grow and invite wild animals to live next door. You know, what is it? Is there something? And if we can't. Thank you, Jojo. I'm like, I'm learning to put the message on pause in my from spirit. Go, what? Wait, hold that thought, spirit. So, so as we were saying, sometimes if it's difficult for us to see beyond this character, this villainous character in our life, we can look and see behind this character is an actor, a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, and that this character is playing their part for me in some way, somehow. And what am I learning about myself through this, right? Which we were talking about earlier, when we have a crazed and troubled neighbor, they're teaching us about any of our crazed and troubled thoughts that we have inside as well, right? And yeah, so being aware of that. Yeah. So yeah. And I know it's hard to see beyond the actions of the human, but it's been happening for years, because until I look at what am I learning through this? Why would I want to experience this? What is it showing me about me and myself and my thoughts and my beliefs and my emotions, anything going on within me? Because I know it. Yeah, and blah blah blah, yada yada, blah blah blah, yada yada, blah blah blah. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to move on from saying all that, because I don't think you want to hear it anyway right now, because it keeps looping anyway. And I'm like, I'm not going to repeat all that. I feel like you're uh, you're too much into the experience with them to see beyond it. So we'll just two cards from Spirit that came out while I was waiting to come back live here. We do have the Fool card, the Child, and the Four of Pentacles. And this is an energy of, are they Are the authorities gonna get wind of it? Yeah. Are the authorities gonna get wind of it? Are they gonna get wind of this internet connection? Are they gonna find out when I murder when I murder the internet? But it feels here, we got the 4 of Pentacles, which is this internet which is this internet, just reading the comment. This feeling of safety and being in the safety of their own home and this miser energy. And with the Full card that came here, as well, it's about a new beginning and clarity, but, um, you know, it just feels like there's not gonna be resolution. The message that comes in with these combined, the Full card is about letting go of expectations and freeing ourself from the prison that we have our head in and around the things that we feel we're supposed to control and look at life as an adventure instead of rules that need to be obeyed, letting go of what is outside of our control. And the 4 of Pentacles is about looking for our sense of worth in here and not about the things that are going on in the outside world through, you know, um, this um through relationship situations and things of the outside world, and understanding that, yeah, I'm not at peace. Yeah, I can totally understand because when we're at war with ourselves, our mind saying how things are supposed to be, and we have such a strong attachment of our worth to that, of things being or not being. When the 4 of Pentacles says, "When I'm trying to define myself," and this is what we're taught, there's no right or wrong, no judgments at all, let's just say that, right? That we're all taught growing up that who you are is defined by your relationships with humans, situations going on in the outside world, and things, our bodies and money, bank accounts, possessions. We're all taught that, right? Most of us. And the problem with that is that all those things are unstable, right? Relationships with people, unstable, people pass away, people change, people walk away. Situations, unstable, things always not staying the same, things not unfolding the way that they're supposed to, right? Um, and then, of course, things break down, blow up, bodies deteriorate, everything unstable in the outside world. There's no peace out there, not consistent 100% peace because the change, instability. And when we define ourselves by that, we feel unstable. We lose our peace. So, what we can look at, is how am I defining my life by those things that are happening? And like, that's not supposed to be happening. It's like, I love if you ever have a chance to check out Byron Katie, that's where we get that, when our beliefs battle reality, our thoughts lose 100% of the time because reality is happening, but our belief is supposed to. It's opinion. It doesn't mean it's going to happen or not. And when we have such strong connection of our worth and our happiness and everything else to the outside world, then we all over the place. We all experience it and we all have experienced it. Like the internet activity started to take away my peace. And this is a good energy of going, I have no control over it. I'm going to let it go because I can't control it. I'm coming back to control what I can, my thoughts and beliefs, my emotions, my energy, my actions, going in there. Cause, and so there's that, realizing that the outside world can't impact us, it just is, but it's our story that we put everything in the outside world. So he doesn't interfere with your gardening. Your thoughts about what he's doing are what interfere. You could be like, meh, you know, the, you know, so Byron Katie, she's got a great YouTube channel. She also has a free website, which is thework.com, THEWORK.com. She's got a great process. There's also a great book that I just finished reading, amazing, amazing book, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. That's on sale on hayhouse.com, HAY house.com, 50% off right now. So those are some great tools that could help, but I feel like that things won't change with them because it's unfolding for you. And I know that's hard to see, but this is unfolding for you. And it's going to, if they moved on and got busted by the FBI and they sold their house, if you don't look at those things on the inside, you're going to get another neighbor or another situation in your life that's going to be that, because I know that um, we will continually have the teachers come into our life showing us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. But it's for us, not a punishment. It's like we've asked the universe, keep showing me this so that I can be freed from this crazy neighbor in my head. So hopefully that helps a little bit, Lucky. It helped me definitely with my internet emotions right now. So thanks for asking the question. All right. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings. All right. And then we have History Reimagined. You are up. All right. And can you tell me something about your career in 2026? Let's take a look here. Maybe you need a police dog for protection. Hey, if that will help put your mind at peace, but so that you can look at things internally, why not? But I feel like it's more internal, an internal police dog of your own thoughts. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. I think I might be back again. He's out of his boundaries, lastly. Oh, okay. All right. So just in case, so history reimagined. Um, you got the strength card and the ace of canes, which is the ace of swords. And so this, of course, is about your career in 2026. And the Leo energy that's coming in here is kind of like a leadership energy, either leading others or taking the lead in something else that here. And the ace of canes, the ace of swords is about clarity. Thank you. Jojo, you're so wonderful and amazing. I love that. I appreciate that. We only have so after histories, if we get through this, then we just have one more touch of love. So thank you so much for hanging out. So um so Ace of Swords is about clarity coming in. Yeah, and it is and I feel like with the strength card, that is a card of leadership and a card of supervising. Even if you're looking at moving up, I feel like you will have a movement up in position or at least awareness and clarity coming in regarding your career. But I get a lot of this energy of movement up, seeing things from a higher position or a higher place. Even if there's education, involved with the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Canes, then we can definitely have it here. So I do feel like promotion or um, at least a step up in your career where you're gaining a lot of clarity, a lot of guidance on what you're wanting to do next or the next step. Oh my goodness. The other one is still, oh, there it goes. It finally caught up. It's like my other session still showed it spinning. So, yeah, so definitely that promotion, seeing things from a higher perspective, um, definitely knowing what you're wanting to do next, energy. So there you go, history. And I'm so sorry for all these delays, everybody. But we are to our final one, and I'm not taking anything new. We're gonna finish up here with Touch of Love. Even if it kills me, we're gonna finish this one, Touch of Love. All right. So, hello, hello, my friend. So, what does Spirit have for you today with the energy between Rex and yourself? And what does Rex say that Spirit might tell you? All right, let's see here. So, um, the energy between Rex and yourself. So for today, thank you. And then what? Oh, doesn't Rex say that Spirit might tell you? All right, let's take a look here. We got those two there. All right. So the energy between Rex and you today, you do have the Five of Cups. Yeah, there's a little bit of sorrow, a little bit of lower vibrational emotion. This might be more your energy, just feeling disappointed and you know, just emotionally kind of on the lower vibration energy. The good thing though with the 2 of cups that are behind the scenes back here, that's our power of emotional choice. And that's okay. There's no wrong or right emotion to feel. Um and it's okay to, feel the lower. But when you're ready, just know there's always another choice that when I'm focusing on what's not happening and what I'm missing, then I get more that expands. And when I focus on what I'm grateful for about who they are and think about the good times I've had, the things I'm grateful for, then that emotion grows instead. And that takes us into that energy, right? Um, what doesn't Rex say that spirit might tell you? You've got the Six of Good Cheer and the Strength card here too. So the Six of Cups is an energy here of more so what is this energy? Because it's past life connection energy ish, but yeah, it's interesting because the Six of Cups is about someone who, you know, people who try to come back into their life from their past. And I feel like they would tell you that, yeah, some of their exes have tried to come back. But the strength card is saying that, but I have the inner strength to resist that. And I feel like that they would tell you that, but they also know how and now we're telling you now, that's what we careful what we ask for, right? But it's like, but I have the strength to do it. I would tell you if they come back, what if you do this? And like just know that I have the strength that no one can make me do anything that I don't want to do. I'm the one that chooses and no one else. And I feel like that's what they would tell you here. And I just feel like there's this kind of low vibration, emotional energy going on um, for you regarding that right now. And it's like, and that's some of the fears. And it's like, those are the things they would tell you is like, yeah, I have an ex or two that they try to hit me up and they try to come back and they try to, see if anything could happen again, and don't worry. No one can make me do anything I don't want to do. So either you trust me or um, you don't, kind of energy. And it's good. It's a good energy to like face and go, yeah, I either do or I don't. And if I don't, then that, helps. Which reminds me, it's interesting. I think I talked about The List before, the movie The List. And I actually pulled up the questions about what what is it that makes a good mate. I think because it was her mom, and I wrote them down here. It's really small though. Um, yeah, because it's um, let's see here. The four questions designed to determine a connection, whether or not it is true love. The first one was, what is it? Is your partner kind? Number two, can you tell them everything that's in your heart? Number three, do they support your personal growth and help you become your best self? And four, can you imagine them as the parent of your children? If a person cannot answer yes to all four, the advice from the movie is to end the relationship. So I like that. It's a great reflective and it's a great movie, The List. If especially if you have time since you're recovering, like, yeah, let's watch The List. It's a really good movie. So, that is what they have for you, Touch of Love. So hopefully that helps with today's energies. And thank you guys so much for all your patience. I will be picking two winners here after I end the session, one for donations, one from free readings for a 15-minute personal recorded reading. I know, yay! Thank you so much, Johanna. A big thank you for Johanna of keeping me up to date on where we were at and when I was back. A big thank you. And what else? Oh, if you haven't got into our giveaway for the full moon drawing, here it is. The link for that. And I'll be having the drawing. That's for a 30-minute personal recorded reading or for a hedge of peace and love. If you haven't checked out my most recent podcast of The Easier Path, here is the link for that. And if you want to catch up on the entire series, the playlist is in the description box of the video. So, yeah, Trampzilla. I am ending the session. We've been having so much internet delays and buffering that we are just so we are out. Yeah. Because it's just spinning and spinning and spinning. But if anyone wants to, I appreciate that because it's just I feel like the internet's gonna go down here any second. But Um, all of my personal readings are on sale if anyone wants a personal reading between now and Thursday. And like I said, I'll be pulling winners here in a moment, and then I'll post it on the pinned comment on there as well. And I think that is the everything I wanted to say. Plus, I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat. It's 4:30, and I'm going to go eat breakfast. Oh, so thank you guys again. I'm so grateful for all your patience, and I learned a lot about my patience and letting go, things outside of our control as well. So, till I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you to pieces too. So, hang in there. Much love to you guys, and we'll see you when we see you. Till then, many blessings to you. You guys take care.